Hello everyone, and welcome back finally to Title Roll, the show where a bunch of creatives, whether they're nerdy or not, sit around and play a lot of TTRPGs. I am your scribe, your GM, your DM of Erebus, and welcome back to the adventures of the Council. Now entering Act 2, where, before we officially start, we do have a few things to announce, which is at the end of this session, we'll be giving over some things that will be coming up for Wavemaker for playtesting that'll be happening in an off-camera stream in the near future. But also, we will be just setting up some stuff overall to where, if you guys want to, you can hear a snippet from one of the newer players that are at the table, so you get to know them. But until then, let us fully immerse ourselves back into the world proper, shall we?
What?
It is now fall of 1963. The world has gone into disarray and has gone into a perpetual spiral of mourning one of their greatest heroes. Throughout this entire experience, though, many people have gone into an upheaval where so many islands that have had churches and different statues erected for the voice of the child have gone into a tizzy to start to drive them out in different places or instigate a different war sect here and there. Some of them successful, some not so, to where a lot of the islands you all have come to know in the past may be in more peril than ever before. The schism has fully made its course known for everyone, to where, as of this moment, more elemental things have been changing up for various things of whether they're jinns or genasi, to where the genasi population is starting to slowly simmer out to almost be on the brink of extinction, while the jinns have been slowly transmogrifying because their realms are being molded and morphed to be swallowed up by a brand new realm of elements that are absorbing them into it. Along with that, many sorcerers and wizards and warlocks are in a perpetual state of worry because now that the schism has occurred, their magic is being rapidly depleting to where nobody feels safe anymore and no one feels as strong as they used to where even a simple fireball does 1/3 the damage. And yet, overall, one of the bigger things that has occurred, aside from a new air entering the atmosphere, is that ley line magic has been secreting more and more into everyday life with every single magic user. But we're not going to focus on the world at large just right now, because our focus is on a simple island where a simple skyship has crashed, and while three figures that you guys have known very well are tending to it, and another figure is rushing, we're going to instead go into the affairs of one small individual just being hounded by a massive being that is barreling towards them at high capacities, to where, I'm just going to say, Doll, how do you describe yourself for the audience?
So Doll herself is a very small kobold. More on the salamander side, if not newt. Albino pale pink scales with very bright eyes of crimson, but instead of the normal reptile pupils, she has more kind of wavy X pupils. She is very small, very skittish, and right now, if you were to ask, she is panicking.
Good to know. Where, to describe this creature that's barreling towards you, they're roughly around 9'7". Lots of sinew strings racing down a very muscular fibrous skin that's racing about, where one eye is kind of pointed down off the face, the mouth is where the left cheek would be, and they seem to have transmogrified both of their arms into butcher blades. Almost where every run that they do, it's almost like the muscle fibers are letting out a jester-like laugh. In this moment, what do you do? Where, to set the whole scene for yourself, you're in the middle of a clearing on this beautiful island. There are various animal sounds around you, but there is not a lot of places to run in this clearing that seem like you'll be able to find much coverage. What do you do?
So, I am going to start wild shaping, but before that, I use Shape Earth to make myself a little hole to basically hide in as I wild shape into a little mouse.
Okay. For the mold earth, do you want to try something new, Fluff?
Always.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, keep in mind the number that you need to beat for this is 7, so roll a d12.
Okay. Oh, interesting. 2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a minor failure. So, you effectively mold the earth enough to where as soon as you turn into a small little mousy mouse, just a small little metallic mouse, just trying to skitter yourself into it. You kind of get stuck to where you're Winnie the Poohing it.
Oh no, I'm a chunky little mouse.
Because you are not cognizant of it, but your magic has been more leyline adjacent to where it's more anima leyline magics rather than the magics you've grown up with. So, in this entirety, you're trying to maneuver like you used to, but now you're just like, what the... oh god, what happened? Ah!
Basically, yeah.
But the figure sees a small little shiny thing and is about to raise their axe to hit you. But in this moment, as something that's just spinning rapidly coming towards the fray to intercept, Umi, how do you describe yourself for everybody at the table?
Just a short girl with a longer bob haircut covering her eyes. You don't see it. Very plush lips. The size probably like 5'4". Skin with this like blue skin, blue genosi, with dark blue hair, and her eyes very ghost-like.
Okay. So, I think for this, it's just gonna be where the spinning motion that intercepts is just gets caught up by one of the axe hands, where for Doll to scuttle out to see what's going on, you then just see it's one of the bladed fans that you've come to know so well that is blocking the attack, to where if you choose to wild shape back to normal, you'll be able to see Umi running up, just winded, like trying to be there to recatch her fan. But that's up to you if you want to wild shape back or not.
I would probably say yes, since I'm trying to un-Winnie the Pooh myself.
Okay.
Just add honey.
Pops out to where you just wild shape back to see that it's the other newbie to this whole situation of Umi. Oh, Papa. To where, if you guys want to have a moment to RP before we get into either form of combat that I'll ask you guys about, you can do so. Otherwise, yeah.
kind of day is it out there right now?
It is roughly early afternoon, where, before you ask, Bolin, we will address where you are in the situation. I did not forget, my friend. I know the plan we talked about.
Perfect. Then I'll just sit back a bit.
Okay. So, Dahl, Umi, do you want to RP or just jump straight into whichever form of combat you're desiring to do?
I'm okay with whatever with Umi.
I don't mind just jumping in anyways.
Alright. Then, for the two of you, do you want to do standard action or fast action combat?
I personally want to keep testing out fast, but that's just me.
I want to start out standard for my own sake.
Okay.
Huh?
Then let us roll for initiative, as one thing you guys will be able to be cognizant of. Volin is trying to, well, Umi, you only know this, but Volin's trying to get your location, but because he's rarely home, he does not know where to really go. And this island is huge. So it's going to take him some time to find you guys.
So that's a 15 for initiative.
15? Okay.
11.
Did you also add your dex modifier?
That would be 15 then.
Okay, who has the higher dex?
I have a +4 with an 18.
Same.
Okay, I guess we do rollies. Rollies! Whoever rolls the highest on their d20 goes first in that the case.
I rolled another 11.
Same.
Double or nothing rollies! Double or nothing rollies!
I rolled an 8.
I got a 1.
There we go.
Hey, at least you rolled the 1 now. Better now than in combat.
True.
Okay.
Okay, both of you knock on wood because you're going to jinx yourself that way.
I can't wait to save them. I love it.
So, surprisingly, top of the round. Oh wait, I forgot to use. You know, their modifier doesn't matter. So, surprisingly, top of the round is Dahl.
This is gonna be interesting.
This is gonna be just fun.
Mm-hmm.
First turn, panic.
Guys, remember, crying and panicking is a free action.
I did that when
Perfect.
I wild shaped. Since you said it was mid-afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's mid-afternoon, and if you're wondering about the enemy, you can tell that they were previously fucked up because they're less than full health and full armored. We can kind of ascertain that the people you guys are residing with have fucked them up severely, so a round of applause for the senior members here at the table off screen. Just give them a round of applause for helping this get a little bit easier for you.
Silent applause.
It did get picked up on the mic, it's fine.
I guess I will start out by just pulling my despair very panically.
Oh right, you've never pulled out despair at the table. You want to describe it for everyone?
So, despair is a very large weapon compared to doll size. It's a, was it a dual-sided scythe, one on each end?
Yes, sir.
And again, I believe it's larger than Doll herself.
It's roughly, well, Doll's like 3 foot, right?
She's like 3 foot. She's like under 3'5", I think.
Yeah, the scythe is almost 6 feet, almost 7.
So yeah, she just pulls this out from somewhere on her. And just cartoonish just yeets it after pulling it out.
Oh, joy. Okay, roll for yeeting, I guess.
Question, is it sunny out?
It's very sunny.
Words I never hear a GM say. Roll for yeet.
But I also have a question. How close am I to Umi since I have pack tactics?
You're roughly 5 feet away from Umi, and for other clarity for this, you are underneath shade partially.
Okay, so do I roll neutral or advantage? Because of there's like 3 different things going on with my sunlight sensitivity, pack tactics, and
partial blockage of sunlight's not gonna help, so just roll for neutral. It would be disadvantage, but because of pack tactics, it evens it out.
God, you made a complicated one.
yes, sir. That is a 15.
15 is his new armor class, because of Amy and Dee's fucking this guy's armor up earlier.
Wonderful.
Alright, roll that damage.
That is a solid 15 slashing.
15 slashing. Got you.
And I believe that's all I can do since I pulled out a weapon.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say pulling out a weapon is an action or a bonus action, it's just arming yourself. That's stupid. If I'm just like, that's an action you wasted just to pull out your weapon.
Fair. So then I'm gonna use Ice Knife.
Okay.
So I'm eating another thing.
So, since you're using a spell, I'm just gonna say this. The number you have to beat is 8, so roll a d12.
Gotcha. At 9.
9 is a success, so you're conjuring up the ice knife, but it's strange for you because you've used the spell so many times, but now you're seeing it slowly morphing not into an ice knife, but more like a nice little ice javelin, like a frost spear in your hand that you chuck, and then starts to expand like icicle flowers into where the incision point that despair caused.
Okay. So since it hit, once I roll from the piercing damage,
Yes.
he also has to make a dex save, or and if he succeeds, he doesn't take any damage. But if he fails, he'll take some cold damage.
I'm assuming he fails with 12.
Let me check my spell save. He does. So let me get some 2d6, and I'll just roll the entire damage.
Okay.
3 piercing and 4 cold.
Alright, so... Cool. Alright, that's your whole go, right?
Yep, that's all I can do.
Alright, Umi, you're up with the Transfigured Butcher on deck.
Oh boy, I'm nervous.
No need to be nervous. It's a very inviting and very kind table.
You got this.
Okay, in before I start crying in a few seconds.
Crying's a free action.
Okay, so...
Here before Laurel decides to be like, I'm gonna be Mother Bear from now on.
So what does this,
I am already Mother Bear.
what does this, creature look like, or can you describe it for me?
I can use certain reference points I placed earlier to help with the overall description that I'll place in the VC chat, if it helps.
Yes, please.
So they're roughly like 8-9 feet, and they mostly look like this, except, like I said, eyes misshapen, mouth in other places. It's a very ugly transfigured being. Like, you've seen a few at this time in your life, so this is nothing new, but it is ugly. It's uglier than James Charles.
It's an abomination of nature.
By the way, Snow, if you're curious about any of your spells, you can always ask. We can always look it up for you.
Okay. Then, I can use my fans for this one.
You can, yeah. You got both of them.
Yeah. I guess this is gonna be a basic, like, slashing double fan attack.
Alright. Let's see if they hit. Roll that, see if it is damage.
14.
14 will miss.
Yeah.
So, Umi, you brandish out your fans after seeing a very terrified doll where you're just trying to chuck both the fans. Probably better than Umi from Code Lyoko, but the problem is the transfigured butcher sees it coming to where they actually move the very muscular fiber parts of its skin to just peel back and dodge out of the way as the fans just skitter against each other to then fly back into your hands.
Funny.
Still have a bonus action.
Alright. God, my brain is so messed up right now.
It's fine. It's fine.
Take your time. You're doing fine.
You're doing good.
Then my stuff then. Will the staff work?
The staff?
Yeah.
If you want to use the staff, you can use the staff.
Give him a big old bonk.
Yeah, I'll use the cherry bow staff.
Alright, see if the cherry bow will hit. You will have to use a 25 of your movement to get close.
Never mind, it's a 12.
12. So you're running in with high precision, trying to bash its brains in, almost like a trained bojutsu specialist. But it's strange how you're going in with such vigor, but then it clashes with transmuted metal to where it's almost like a huge gong that just ripples across the entire clearing and parts of the forest. So, unless you want to move out of the way with the rest of your movement,
I'll move out of the way.
alright, you move back 5 feet, and it is now the transfigured butcher's turn, where it's going to make an immediate attack against you, because you're in its proximity. It's going to miss with an 11. Then it's going to try and go for an extra attack to see if it hits this time. That's a natural 20. Okay. Snow, I am so sorry.
The dice gods have failed you.
This is what happens when you move to the big kids table.
14 points of damage from the extra attack. Where it will now use 25 of its 50 feet of movement to run up to Dahl.
I'm in danger.
Natural 1 for the first. And then it will miss with a 10. So, going straight for Umi to describe the actions, just first tries to hit, but you block with the cherry bow staff to block the transfigured metal, but you take the knee straight to the chest as it darts towards Dahl, where her cowering and sniveling allow her to dodge the attacks while panicking profusely.
Don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me!
Where, before we go to the top of the round, Volan, I need you to do a survival check to see how fast it will take you to get here.
The dice are unkind. 11.
11. You will be taking 4 rounds to get here. Because, again, you haven't been here as much as Amy or Bella or Deez. You've been traveling. I don't know what else to say.
It's fine. Though I certainly hope that they come up with the idea to maybe signal or give me some kind of marker point. Maybe I could get there faster. Just saying.
Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
So, top of the round, we have Dahl with Umi on deck. So, Dahl, what we doing, baby?
Screaming in and outside. So it's like reaction.
Can I hear the screaming?
You are not in range, unfortunately.
Ah.
Yet. Keyword.
Yet. I'm gonna keep on trying to find ways to get there faster. You just wait.
I have faith in you.
So question, did Despair ever return to me, or do I have to kind of call it back since it's attuned?
Well, you never really summoned it out when you used the frost spear, so it's just in its chest. And it's towering over you, so
That's more repulsing.
God damn it, Anne.
This sounds awful.
Hey, what did you do? God damn it, Ann.
God, this is stuff you can't replicate. All right, Dahl, what are you doing?
Normally I can think of this stuff pretty fast, but I'm also trying to think of it as a panicked small creature. Really trying to get that mindset.
That's fine. I get it.
You still got some wild shapes, don't you?
I do,
Make yourself
What?
smaller?
but she is intimidated. She's like basically, oh, big enemies in front of me. Uh-oh.
Most
As-
creatures that are in panic have a fight or flight response. If they can't run, they have to fight.
You know, it's a good point. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna roll-
even if it's a pathetic flailing attempt, they will still do it on instinct.
Okay, I just did a quick wisdom thing for her. She's just Since you said she's in a bit of shade and everything, I imagine there's a tree that, by visual sake, she kind of reaches back to have it release like a, what was it? Thorn vine? Thorn whip.
Okay,
Thorn
Ooh,
whip.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Ooh,
like,
that's a good one. Good one.
Do you remember
So-
the number you have to beat with a D12 though?
you said 8.
Yes.
That is a 7.
Wait, I almost forgot because this is the thing. What's your spell modifier?
My spell modifier? Oh yeah, I never know how to use that. That's like the spell attack bonus, right?
Yes.
Or,
Mm-hmm.
that is an additional 7 that would be added on there. Or... Right? That's how that works?
Well, it's the modifier that you mostly are equivocating to what you're using for spellcasting. For druids, I believe that's wisdom, so you use your wisdom mod with this D12.
Oh, then it'd say Dirty 12.
Dirty 12 is a critical success. So, you're actually imbuing so much spell work into this from how the pillar of anima ley line works that it's not just vines that are sprouting out. It's almost like a frenzy of just a lot of things natural, roots, actual branches coming to life, the vines themselves, even the leaves are coming into fruition to where it is a natural tempest that is starting to swarm around and hit them like it's a cone sense. So, since this is a critical success and debuting a brand new spell, I need you to roll 3d8 plus 3.
Okay. Can I also add my Crimson Rite of Storm onto this?
No one's ever done that before. I'll allow it.
Because plant life still maintains moisture, and he does have my weapon embedded in him.
I am happy you guys remember that I appreciate when you get creative and also apply science to stuff that makes sense.
So, let me see just what my Crimson Rite would add.
Remember, kids, physics lets you play video games.
I am like that one DM people at Gen Con warn you about.
Are you kidding me? You're the one DM that everyone wants to be hosting because you're so chill and let so much be getting away with.
Okay, so just add my Hemocraft dice to this, right?
Yes, sir.
So that would be an additional d4 to this. The total damage would be 13.
13 is not bad. You guys are giving a good wallop to this poor bastard.
As I'm also going to scurry the fuck away as soon as he basically gets hit by this imbuement of electricity.
Well, you knocked him back 10 feet and also knocked out Despair, so win-win.
Yay! I grab my weapon and go at least 35 feet the fuck away.
Do I see any of that?
You don't see, but you do hear the crackling of lightning, so you'll be there in 2 rounds.
Oh, I am moving.
So
I'm using my wings, by the way.
I know. So, it's now your go, Umi, with the transfigured butcher on deck.
So I go?
You go.
Okay. Nice, please be nice.
Did you sacrifice a goat today?
Why?
For good
You need
luck.
to do that to the dice gods. It's for good luck.
Please don't sacrifice. Please don't sacrifice me.
I'll
Yep.
sacrifice a friend.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, Fluff.
Well, it's nice doing damage with you guys. Bye.
And he thought he was safe with me. Rolling d20. Oh, come on! It's 11, it doesn't even matter.
Did anyone remind Snow that she's allowed 2 mulligans a session?
I was
No,
just about to. I was
I know-
just about to say that.
I know about that, but I'm not using that right now. I'm gonna
Okay.
use that on situational stuff.
Then, remind me, guys, do druids get extra attack after level 5?
No, druids.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, druids don't even get anything like that.
I have never played a druid, so that's why I'm asking.
No.
Druids don't get a whole lot because they get that wild shape, which can sometimes be really unfair if it's used creatively.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did a barbarian's octopus moment.
I remember that. That was the first time I met you. That was hilarious.
If only it was
That
caught
sounds
on stream.
amazing.
If only it was caught on
I
stream.
am so bitter about that.
I so wish I saw that. That sounds amazing.
It doesn't even
Yeah,
matter.
there's no proof of it anymore except for us telling the story.
Well, I did write it in a recap a long time ago, but what are you gonna do, Snow?
I can't even do anything. I already rolled twice for normal attack and bonus, and doesn't even meet the goddamn AC.
God, this is so sad. Like,
Did you
oh.
Did you want to try? Did you want to try and switch it up to see if you wanted to use a spell instead?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Okay, so Umi's trying, but the transfigured butcher is just narrowly avoiding everything that is making Umi go from her calm disposition to a little bit more angry.
Anki Janasi.
Angry water genasi. She boiling.
Just boiling, but not as
Steaming.
as someone I know.
But it's now the transfigured butcher's turn, where you scuttled away 35 feet.
Yes.
He will match that.
I don't know. I know I should have went the full 40.
He's after you. He's after you.
Damn.
Oh wait, that glitched out on me. Hold on, let me re-roll that. Oh, okay.
Snowy.
Uh-oh.
Snowy. Do you have ensnare?
22 to hit.
Is that
Can
a
I say that
spell?
misses?
It's a
I
spell
can
that I
double
believe
check
druids
your
have.
sheet, sir. I can double check
Can-
your sheet.
No.
Can I say that always misses
Oh,
like usual?
okay.
I can double
Never mind
check
then.
your sheet.
Of course it hits.
Fucking asshole.
It never hurts to double check if I can just, not take the damage.
You're not tiny. You ain't built for that, motherfucker.
I know.
Yeah, you ain't a stone wall anymore. You're squishy like I used to be.
9 points of slashing, just straight down.
Hey,
Ooh, that hurts.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
hits.
And that is an additional 6 points. Just ignoring Umi for just the first attack and extra attack, just rushing through to go towards you, slashing you twice. Now goes the bonus with its 2 attacks. Uh, 16.
Meets.
Okay. An additional 10 points of damage.
I'm not looking good right now, guys.
And
Just survive one more round, damn it.
this one's going to miss with a 9.
Cool.
Just one
At
more
least-
slash through, but you end up tumbling out of the way with this next slash that the butcher's just like... And now we go to the top of the round with Doll.
I am not okay. I'm at 6 HP.
Got potions?
I think she actually might.
You have your regular potions because you have not been here long enough to talk to Zarin.
Hey, those crumb potions are enough for the kind of HP he's sporting.
That's true. Is this action? I forget. This has been...
I say it's a free action because, you know, it's just you have it on you, you pop it, drink it. Like, do you say it's an action to drink a fucking bottle of water or to drink some soda? Who the fuck says that? A psychopath.
It is if you're Link.
I get back 4 HP.
Oh my god!
See how big of a difference that is?
I had 2
Take the damage, and you knocked out more than half of it with those crap potions. You can also throw potions. I discovered that.
Guys,
apparently they're supposed to work.
This is why I was worried about Doll when Fluff was like, oh yeah, Con, as my lowest stat, it's my dump stat. Doll will be fine.
And you expect me to save him?
Don't worry about it. I'm wild shaping to a brown bear.
That'll help.
A metal brown bear springs forth just...
Yeah, and I'm going for that multi-attack.
Okay.
Because this is when her panic really starts setting in. It's just instincts at this point.
Okay.
Okay, so again, I always like to go with the rules. Again, I'm still in metal brown bear, but is my sunlight sensitivity still kicking in?
You're in deep wood territory now, so less light is going in.
Okay. I've never done a multi-attack like this. Is it just basically just 2 dice roll, or just one dice roll?
I'm dead inside. I don't know what you're talking about.
Same. Multi-attack is 2 to 3 attacks from how I've usually played monster characters, so you can roll up to 3 attacks, at least how I usually do it, and we'll do the calculations on whichever one lands.
Okay. Well, the sheet I'm looking at, or at least a ref, is only saying 1 bite, 1 claw. So I'll go with that ruling. Do I add any of the to hit mods, or do I just go with the straight d20s?
Wait, no, you use the Crimson right on your claw, on your fucking scythe. I was gonna say if it was the claws, you add the Crimson right damage, but if it's just from the weapon, it's not applicable to the claws. So, just regular damage.
Okay.
Fucking brain was just stuck on trying to understand so much shit.
Me.
I try and go for a bite, it's a 12. I go for a claw, it's a 19.
19 will hit.
Cool.
And the last thing of your multi-attack?
That is multi-attack. It's just 2 attacks with this.
No, I said
Plus-
3.
Oh shit. I zoned out. It's a 2.
Okay.
So roll.
Every
roll for-
DM's different. I say 3. Roll for the damage of the 19.
Okay, I'll hit him with a claw.
A claw.
So 26 plus 4. That is 10 slashing.
Okay. Yeah, you guys almost got this bitch to half, just 1 point off from half. Not bad for a pair of level 6s against a level 9 opponent.
Holy crap.
Imagine if the DC wasn't lowered by the veterans.
Oh, they would not have been able to hit. You guys knocked the original DC of 21 down to 15. you guys fucked them up that badly from what
That's
he
pretty
did to the sky
significant.
ship.
Pretty significant, yeah.
And that's all I got.
Okay. Doll, you're up, and the Transfigured will go after you.
I think he means you, Umi.
I do mean Umi. Again, it's been so long since I've sat at this table. My brain's like, keep track of all the names. Because Amy and Dees will show up soon. I'll explain that eventually. And Volan is fast approaching like a bullet straight out of the barrel.
Oh yeah, I'm burning through the sky, literally.
Don't burn the house we just got here.
Your house is miles away. It's like further down to where the beach is.
I'll keep the fire contained.
Okay.
So,
See, I wouldn't.
I know you wouldn't.
So, Umi, what are we doing? Because you have to run to them, obviously, or just chuck the fans, because the fans can go very far.
You know I love my fans. It's just I just hope the dice are nice. I'm gonna lose it. Okay.
Dice being nice?
Yeah,
In this
it
economy?
doesn't happen. I'm sorry. It's
One of these
doing this
days
for.
one of these days I will eat the dice if I have to.
You know,
there.
and almost did that
Yeah,
once.
believe me, it doesn't help.
Finally I rolled for the bonus action. I got an 18. Fuck.
Yeah,
18 will
that's
hit.
what we're talking about.
Yay! Let's give Snow some encouraging round of applause, y'all.
That deserves a dog treat. Not for you. Not for you.
It's for Isabella. Strider's dog, Isabella.
That threw me off a little bit. Okay. Alright, well, so we're gonna go with the double fans attack finally. And, yeah, there's no infusion magics for this time, not yet.
Okay.
I'll just roll the hit then.
And from the galaxy, we have the baby.
Mm.
Look, guys, the baby.
I rolled. So for the hit damage, I rolled the 2d10s. I got both 9s and they're 18.
18. Look at you guys go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be as encouraging as possible because, again, you guys are doing spectacularly.
I could hear you guys squeaking through my headphones while I was
Because it's
standing
the
straight over.
baby. Look at her. But Umi is still boiling, still steaming, because she's frustrated that this bitch is able to take so much abuse. Where, having that happen, it is now the butcher's turn, where it's gonna try to go towards Umi. You do, I hope you guys remember, you have attack of opportunity if they're trying to leave the environment where you are.
I bite. I try and bite.
Okay, so you missed.
Well, I say I try, and I got a
I'll
16.
probably try.
I get a
That
16.
hits!
Yeah, that's a hit, so fight away.
Why? I was not expecting this character to do any damage. What the hell?
Fight down on that damage.
That's a 6 as I'm bitted into him.
Okay, you guys have this thing lower than half at this point.
Nice.
As
This is
it's
a lot easier.
running straight towards Umi to where it's going to try to hit hard and hit fast. That's going to miss with an 11, but with their extra attack, will they hit? No, because that's a 9. However, you know, I'm going to save that because I don't know what's going to happen next. So, next attack goes through. That is 15, which I believe does not hit. It just barely misses. But confirm or deny that for me, Snow.
Yeah.
15 misses? Yeah, it just barely misses. You have an AC of 16.
Yeah, I do have an AC of 16.
So, last roll to see if it does hit. That is 18.
Okay, great.
For a full-blown 10 points of slashing damage. Just... So you did block 3 out of 4 hits. That's nothing to scoff at. You and Doll have been doing wonders.
Oh no.
And now, since it's been 2 rounds where Doll is panicking while still ferocious, and you, Umi, are a little bit panicky and a lot bit pissed, you're kind of thrown off when a familiar sight fully appears, just crash landing superhero style with the wings bamfed out. Where, since there's been a lot of changes in the last 2.5 weeks, do you want to tell everybody what Volan looks like now?
Well, Volan has leaned in heavily to his exalted state nowadays. He's got far less scales, which, well, still kind of bothers him. Not so much anymore. He's gotten used to his more fleshy parts and having a more humanoid-like face. He misses his snout, though. He really liked his snout. He's also done some slight modifications to his wardrobe just to move a little easier with the addition of the wings and the claws and whatnot. But beyond that, he's still wearing his fashion armor and sporting a new sword, which will come up later. But for now, he's got his whip out, and he does not look happy.
So, Umi, do you want to address one of your senior members, or are you too pissed to really acknowledge or say anything?
Oh, that's okay. You can do it later.
So, before I have you roll for initiative, do you want a free hit because you are pissed?
Oh, I would love nothing more than to stick a toe heel star up this thing's non-existent butt.
Do you want to do the test out thing I'm having Fluff do, or do you want to try to hit its AC?
What'll be the test thing?
So, since you're using ley line magics, it's just you're rolling a d12 to beat where its magic threshold is. Its threshold is 8, because it's compositive of 7 different beings that have been magic users, but you use your d12 plus your spell modifier, which is the stat that you have that goes into your magics, obviously, and it determines your success or failure.
You know what? I kind of like my odds because my spell modifier is a +6, so I'll give that a shot. Let me roll d12 for you.
Okay.
Oh. So that's 17.
That is a critical success, my good sir.
Alright, then I'm going to roll the damage on the Tohill Star.
And because you've mastered the spell, I want you to double that damage. Hi, Zelda.
She's been extra borky as of late.
It's fine.
With the double damage, that's 42.
42. Alright, so you guys are gonna have to thank Volan, because that dropped its health down to the critical state of itself, where automatically he sees this being that has ruined the Vooligan, more commonly just known as the Firebird these days, because you guys don't have time for the fancy words. Y'all are busy all the fucking time. Where you brandish out the Pisani whip and coat it with so much magic, like how Gabriel has taught you to where you actually have it to where the Tohill Star races up bit by bit up the whip until it gets to the head of it, where when you snap it, it starts off like a small orb that's just dancing in the wind, first at a slow pace, but as it expands, it gets faster, 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 then huge explosion that ripples out, that's almost like a nuclear mushroom cloud that touches to the skyline.
Nice.
So I'm
Well,
gonna
that
need
should
you to roll
definitely
for
set everyone up. If only my initiative was as impressive. Freaking 7.
You will go right after Umi.
Wonderful.
So, top of the round, we go to Doll.
So I bear.
You bear.
I go.
Bear.
I can go the entire length he ran, because I can go 40 feet,
Yeah.
and I.
Just a metallic bear running where you just hear the clanking of its own fur.
I've seen weirder stuff than a clock tower bear. So I'm not remotely fazed by this.
As I'm going to charge up my claws with Crimson Ray, some more storm, and then for my main action, I'm going to do the multi attack.
Okay.
The only thing that will hit is just the basic 18.
Okay.
So I throw him another chunk.
Okay.
As I got to add, I think, a d4 to this, and it will be 13 damage.
13 damage?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Doll. I only have one thing to say to you.
There's no way.
Set the scene.
Are you serious?
Did you
This guy
guys
just not
Gets it.
Did you guys not hear me say that Volan dropped this thing to critical health?
It probably didn't have a whole lot left.
You made it drop from 53 to 11.
So you're saying he pulled a bellow?
Yes.
Well, someone had to do it. He's not here.
Okay, I was not expecting this kobold to actually do anything. This the first episode of the campaign.
Nope, she gets a victory. Deal with it.
Okay. Well,
While Snowy fumes.
Yeah.
I can already
Snow
hear
next
in
time, you're good.
Snow's head. This bitch gets the set the scene after I did all of this.
Snow, do you want to make this a team scene?
No.
Okay, fine. Damn.
Just a no, fuck you.
No, I want to sit here and be mad.
I've had to deal with this for 10 plus years. I'm just trying to, fuck it.
Take your
No.
spotlight and love it.
Doll's literally just gonna view herself charging like fucking Volt Tackle and just ram this guy into the jugular and then just rip his head off.
Okay.
Spectacular.
So, as you guys are watching this, I guess, horrific sight, I don't know, you guys have seen worse at this point. Your job's fighting the fucking voice of the child. Who cares? It all starts to calm down bit by bit as Doll is still going feral. But I will say that the only person that will notice this is you, Volan, where you're just seeing Amy and Dee's in a nearby tree just doing slow claps while Doll's just eating popcorn. Because they've technically been there since round 3.
So we've just been sitting up here vibing.
Yeah, you've been watching the newbies fight this thing.
I'm just gonna turn and look at them and go, really?
I was going to jump in when they need it.
Oh, you were you? Did you decide to just let me do it instead?
They had it under control.
Anybody gonna want to calm the bear down? Where's that animal whisperer when
Bello is making sure everyone has evacuated from the sky ship unharmed.
Gosh darn it, the one time we actually need him.
Careful, because he is one of the superiors.
You're not gonna tell him I said that.
You never know.
Oh, come on. Alright, fine. I guess I can do something about it. To which case I just pull out a little lyre. Start plucking some strings. I'm gonna do a performance check to try and soothe them with some instrument play.
Go for it.
That'll be a 13.
13.
Yes.
I mean, I'll say it kind of lulls Doll's senses to where it just gets her calm enough to get a semblance of self.
There we go. That's much better. Mind shaping into something we can speak to, little one?
Doll just blinks in bear form, just looks around and just sees the mutilated corpse, wondering what happened.
In case you're wondering, you did that, and you're among friends now. You two water genasi, you don't have to be hiding.
She just halfway meta shapes, having just bear claws and legs. Just on the ground.
Having a little trouble there?
I don't feel so good.
Just relax. It'll come to you as naturally as breathing if you just let it happen. It might be a little tough for you at first, but that's not your fault.
I guess something that could help. Amy just jumps down and pulls out Yuki from obviously the hidden compartment between thy cleavage.
I'm glad you brought up
Yes.
Yuki, because Yuki got a little bit bigger.
She still fits in there?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm not going
You
to check.
forget
The last
you
time I went
put
to
big ass fucking weapon in there too.
He getting to
Hey,
be
look.
a big boy.
I only reached in there once and it was painful, okay? I'm not about to double check.
This is like an apt image of what Yuki's size is before, because there used to be a tiny thing Now they're kind of like this.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Is that Torgal?
Yeah, should we go? That's a cutie thing.
Is that a reference to Mr. Torgal?
Yeah. Gonna be a big baby, but yeah.
He's on the small side, but that's the point. Small and cute and portable.
But I will say, Doll, does Yuki help you calm down to unmeta shape back to normal?
She just sees a predator in front of her, that's it, even in puppy form. She's not used to the idea of dogs being domesticated animals.
Come on, just true it.
Licks your nose.
She painfully backs away, intimidated.
You just droop
Wow.
down.
Wow, this one is really far gone. We sure about this, Amatista?
Honestly, we just need to be patient.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Okay. What was her name again?
Doll.
Doll. Wait, really? Doll? Okay. Fulton leans down, making himself a lot smaller, folds his wings back, and extends his claw hand as open as he possibly can. I'm even going to try and roll some animal handling to help me with this. That's 11.
11. Doll, would that succeed with you or no?
I'm gonna do survival check.
Oh
for
my
instinct.
god.
Oh gods, I think I'm screwed. I'm pretty sure that's high on the modifier. Dice be kind. I killed 3 goats for you.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh,
Oh Jesus,
my
come on.
god.
Good thing I have some potions with me.
As she is backing away further,
Oh, for God's sakes.
she's a
Aw.
6.
Do you have a
Don't you?
potion to toss at him? Or
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Let's just do some good gestures of goodwill here, because the whole animal wrangling thing is not working.
Well, treating someone who is clearly a druid as an animal is very incorrect.
What do you want from me? She's half and half right now.
I want to know what Deez is doing right now.
Probably just chilling in the back, thinking about her wife.
Or eating popcorn, because goddamn.
Yeah, I'm sure it's very entertaining for her.
It's very entertaining.
Get the hell down here.
Amy just simply, moves slowly and hands over the potion.
Doll would for sure recognize the potion since I'm keeping that survival thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
As she will be a little hesitant, but she'll chug it.
Yeah, Amy was actually also, popped it off for her so that way, she wouldn't fuss with it.
And just down it.
Oh yeah, no, she's downing it like she's just straight up downing it, not even taking a moment to breathe in between gulps.
Yeah, Fluff, what's Doll's magic's HP? I don't even think we need to roll for it, considering how
Yeah.
good these things are. 31? Well, yeah, that probably does it. I think
And,
the minimum roll's what?
Umi
20 or
also
something?
needs one?
Does Umi need one?
That's a good question. Snowy, did you get hit at all?
A Snow did get hit.
Only once.
Well, then you definitely need one.
And Amy
So-
gives her another one.
See? You're among friends. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help.
Doll's just still looking at y'all with big old eyes, just slowly coming back to her senses and remembering what her mentor scared her to staying in. The same mentor that would have scared Bello to having her stay. Thank you, Captain Scholar.
Who?
Your scholar, Amy's captain.
Oh. Huh. I haven't been called that yet. Not sure how I feel about it. Like, Captain, that definitely fits you.
Yeah. Now, Doll, this is Yuki. He's a therapy animal. He's a service animal.
He's very kind unless you reach into certain places.
If you seem like if I'm hurt and you reach into my cleavage while he's in there, yeah, he's gonna bite you.
I was going for your potion, woman.
Just licks the side of Volan's face because you're friend.
Like I can stay mad at that.
So, just for clarity, what healing potion did you give Doll and Umi?
Two of the... So that would be two of... I gotta look at my notes. Hold on.
It's fine.
I think you could give them the lower ones. I know all of them are super potent, but we don't have to give them like the super ones with how low their HP are.
I think I have to look at my my inventory because I know I still have like a couple of the regular super potions.
It's fine. Trust me, I get it. I give you guys a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, you fucking tower on us. Actually, honestly, like regular super potions would probably be more than enough for both of them.
So vial of healing or a cure vial technically would be viable, or a vial of revitalization if you want to go overkill.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a touch overkill.
Trying to find where it is, but it's not popping up in my inventory. I might have forgotten to put it in the inventory as a custom item.
It's okay. Even though you took 5 additional, if it helps.
Yeah.
So let's say you have 3 left.
Okay.
So do Snow and I have to just roll for anything, or...
We'll say for a vial of healing, you guys would be rolling the obvious, which is 4d8 plus 4.
4.
Where, for point of reference, I will copy and paste this in VC, in case you guys don't really know. Vabam.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit that we work with.
Because you guys got a chemist.
So this is the good stuff.
Yeah, that is the good shit. Suck it, Kale, you Bush League superfood.
I'm near max, so Doll's definitely calming down.
Okay. No more bare hands and feet.
No, she'll even awkwardly try and pet Yukio. Not sure how to really go about it.
I mean,
just
you're
can't
about the same size. I think your guys are about the same size.
Yukio, well, these breed of hellhounds, well, Yukio...
He's not a hellhound, he is the dire wolf.
Oh, the dire... I get Yukio and Bello's pets confused all the fucking time. That's on me. You guys adopted
Direwolf,
so
that's
many fucking
important.
animals. So,
I only adopted one. In all fairness.
but you guys have so many dogs now.
We should have kept the giraffes.
No.
Not
No.
doing that.
No.
We're not doing this again. We're not mentioning it. It's episode 1 of the new act.
So,
Never.
technically, Yukio is a shadow variant of their breed. So, they, as like a bigger pup, almost to teenagerdom, would be almost 4 feet.
So yeah, they definitely need to go.
And you gotta reach a bit, but I'm sure you'd make it. At the very least, you could pat the lower part of the neck.
Or give belly rubs. What dog doesn't
Or
love
give
a
belly
good belly rub?
No dog I know.
It definitely would be a timid belly rub because again, she's not too used to domesticated animals, at least on this side of Altos.
Still tail wagging very happily, just...
I'm just gonna lean over to Amatista a bit. Druid timid around animals is something I don't often see.
Clearly, some trauma has happened to this little one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of work.
Compared to what I'm used to, it's nothing.
And I'll follow your lead on this one. I'm not used to having such a damaged party, but whatever. I'll roll with it. It's not like I haven't learned to trust your judgment.
Before I
You
forget,
forget I'm damaged.
Umi, did you get full health
guess
back?
it did.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
But where is the water genasi anyway?
That is a good question.
Where are you, Snowy?
Because you guys are all in this clearing, but I just don't know where you would be other than just the obvious veterans trying to comfort Doll by a nearby tree, but what would Umi's position be?
I mean, I know she's hiding somewhere. It's just behind a tree, like a little few meters away.
Okay.
Best not neglect the other one. Hang on, I think I know where she is. So Volan's just gonna swoop up for a bit and land on the tree you're standing behind and look down. Hi.
Why?
You okay back there?
I'm fine.
Want to join the rest of us? Come say hello. We're not gonna hurt you, I promise. We're actually really nice. See what we're doing with the other one? Don't you want to pet the dog? It's an extremely friendly dog. Never seen one so happy. Always happy.
Sure.
Okay, let's go then. I'm just gonna hop down and encourage the water genasi to come on over. So now that we're all together, can someone please explain to me what the heck's going on? Because I have not been around. All I hear is that there's a couple of druids in the woods being chased down by an abomination, and I'm lost.
And what?
Volan's asking for what's going on, and to expedite the process, Amy, you're giving over info to Volan when you guys are coming back, of course, for your latest mission, breaking up a Voice the Child dispo. Umi joined you guys roughly, as you guys know, over 2 weeks ago. She hasn't really been on any official missions other than one. A little freaked out by you guys because you were very intense, as you know, and it's kind of like she's still trying to get used to you guys, and she's just been trying to get herself acclimated on your home base of Din, where Doll, on the other hand, is just a few days into being in the party, just roughly, I think, 3 to 4 days, and she does not know her place yet, so when you guys went on mission, Umi was babysitting Doll for you, because they're both new, and they're now stationed on the Shadowhawk, which is technically being led by Volin, but captained by 2 people you guys trust.
Aha. Great. Okay, glad that's... I'm back up to speed now. So, apart from the pair of them being druids, anything else I should know?
My brain is so fogged.
That's okay. I should probably ask them directly anyways. To which, I turn to Fluff's character. Because I have a terrible memory and I don't remember what it's called. I suck with names.
Their name is
really
Doll.
do. Doll. God damn it, that's an easy one too. So, yeah, you think I remember the word doll, but no, it's a name, so therefore my brain just wants to explode. So I turn to Doll, lean in close, and go, "So, Doll, anything else I should know about you aside from being a druid and liking dogs?"
She just stares at you with the big old eyes, not sure what to say.
I don't bite. Calm down.
I'm here to train under Commander by demands of scary teacher Terry.
By the hands of a scary teacher, huh? Yeah, that's something you and I can relate to. I've had plenty of scary teachers myself. One of them almost killed me.
Let's not bring up that shit before I actually get mad again.
It's called bonding.
We are not trauma bonding.
We have nothing but trauma for our bonding.
If
We have
anyone
one
would-
good thing, and that was
don't.
her wedding. And I point at Dee's.
Dee's still just eating popcorn like no one's fucking business.
And I can see that she's not being very freaking helpful right now. Get the hell down here!
If anyone were to look at Doll, she seems a bit smaller as she's been digging a small escape tunnel using mold earth.
Doll, we can see you displacing the earth with your magic, okay? Please stop doing that.
She
You
does a
don't need to
little-
live in a hole.
She's using her tail as the mediation to try and hide it.
Doll. It's gonna be okay, baby.
Gods. So Volan will then just turn to the water genasi now.
Umi.
So, Umi, do you have anything to share with me?
No, not at all.
No? You're just a regular run-of-the-mill druid coming from parts unknown?
Oh, I didn't have like any bad experiences. Just working my way up. Oh,
Fantastic. I like you already. Well, I'm sure you'll go far. You're at least a lot more, shall we say, willing to stay in one place than your counterpart. Speaking of which, do you know Doll, or is it just a coincidence that you're both druids?
It's a coincidence.
So not from the same circle or anything?
Nope.
Wonderful. Do you mind if I ask what circle you hail from?
Sure. I came from the Circle of Dreams.
Oh, I have not met a druid from the Circle of Dreams. I think this will be an interesting experience for both of us. Oh, it is nice to meet you. See, Doll, I can be nice.
She's about 3 feet in the ground now.
Amakisa just reaches into the ground and grabs her.
If you weren't going to do it, I was.
She does not bite back. She's petrified like a cat being pulled by the scruff.
And she just holds Doll close. It's okay.
Doll is trembling.
Let's go over to Doll again. Doll, I don't know what we can say or do to convince you that you're not in danger and that we're not here to harm you. This isn't a long con, I assure you. We're friends. There's nothing to be afraid of with us. We're not going to put you in any serious danger, or we're not going to harm you in any way.
At this point,
To Barrow.
your
DM.
ice stone starts to buzz very loudly.
I'm gonna pick up the phone.
Are you able to do that while holding Doll?
I'm holding Doll.
Oh, never mind.
Deez is holding popcorn.
Oh, you gonna drop your popcorn, D's?
You know, it's a worthy sacrifice.
You know what? I'm gonna catch the popcorn and start eating it. See how you like it. Nom, 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 nom.
Thief.
So you pick up and you hear the familiar voice of Bello, where since Jay wants to do this, but it's hard to keep up the accent, I will do this for him. Yeah, hello, is that you?
Yeah, it's me. What's up?
Okay, we have evacuated everyone from the fire belt. We are starting to migrate everyone back to the settlement. Where are all of you? I am just now getting my team together, and Corey, could you stop having the tentacles go down my pants? I'm on the phone.
I'm just gonna walk over to Doll and offer some popcorn.
She doesn't know what popcorn is.
Can you guys get back to the settlement? The team and I will try to get the firebird back to Kit so that she can start getting to work with the shipwrights. Where's your location?
Now you get to experience the ever legendary wheels the turning.
Snow's never seen this in real time. The legend itself.
Redacted.
That will work.
I'll be
We
right
are
back. I gotta go get my dinner.
Okay.
No problem. We are totally smack dab in the middle of redacted.
We're in the middle of a forest, so we can meet up with you back at the settlement.
This entire island is comprised of a forest. When the animal sanctuary, what part is a forest?
I'm offering the water
Yes.
genasi popcorn.
Just get
Do
back
I
to
gotta
the-
set up a signal flare or something?
Just get back to the settlement.
Will do.
And then he just hangs up.
Great relaying there, D's. Spot job. And yes, your popcorn is ours now.
Like you could do better.
I would throw up smoke signals and fire.
Well, I don't have smoke signals and fire.
You can't produce a firebolt. Really?
No.
Dang clerics, what did they teach you?
Clerics.
I mean, that's the closest thing that I would use to describe you.
Several weeks of knowing you, he still thinks you're a cleric.
What can I say? He's got simple.
We love Volan. It's just like these damn clerics with their smites. Wait a minute.
You'd think he'd clue in and realize it's Paladin, but no, he never does. Because the only thing that has ever stuck in his head are the inappropriately on hands she does.
Which isn't even a cleric spell.
Yes, which isn't even a cleric spell. But it's healing. He just paladins just go one in one scaly ear and out the other.
Fucking Christ. Okay. So, as you guys are making your way back to the settlement, a couple of big in-universe stuff has been cropping up since, as you guys have informed Volan at this point on mission, Tiny has popped up to where news outlets have been going a little bit crazy, just like, Sir, can you tell us what happened on that day? Are you the only surviving member? Tiny only came back from a very dark place. Oh, were you in therapy, sir? We only saw you bamf out for like 5 minutes. Tiny was gone for 7 minutes. Are you calling us a liar? Tiny not calling you truther.
God damn it, Tiny.
So, with that news hitting you guys as like a faint memory, the other stuff has been cropping through is that everyone thinks that, and this is the part that's going to make you guys get a little bit weirded out in your head, which is that Lady Galleria, or Madame Galleria, was declared dead during the summer gala, but was replaced by her twin sister, Lady Galatea.
Oh, crap, it's Ursula's crazy sister.
Which is crazy to you guys, because when Gabriel would talk to you guys, she had no siblings.
I demand to see a body.
I doubt you guys want to go back to, Jujira.
No, we do not. Let Tiny deal with that media frenzy. No.
Where, if it helps for a medium, the main image that crops up whenever people talk about the twin sister, she looks very similar, just slightly different, because she wears an eye patch.
Oh, dang. The second cousin to Superman's greatest disguise.
His glasses. Who is this lady that looks like Lady Galatea? I don't know, but she wears an eye patch.
So she's an entirely different person now.
You look just like your twin sister, Lady Galleria. I get that so much. It's the eye patch, though. It's so different.
Frickin' Clark is shaking his head like, how the fuck does this work?
Clark, we need your help. We gotta get some news stories about Superman. I got it, Lois.
Drops the glasses. Superman, glad you're here.
Have you seen Clark? No, but I'll find him.
No. Put some glasses back on.
Oh my God, Clark!
Fucking crap. I love Superman, but that shit is just no. I understand why, but just no.
But those things are just on the surface, because the reason people are looking for Galleria is because she's wanted for her trials against humanity and all other humanoids for what happened in Jujira. Because they're linking her with various things about the voice of the child. But with the twin sister, people are just like, we gotta look for her, and her businesses have been on the downslope, financially speaking.
There's no justice in the world, only financial justice.
But the big thing that kind of hits you guys that you've been talking about back and forth, flying back from the mission before the transfigured butcher damaged the Firebird, is that all of the high commanders, like Obsidian, Wyver, Matron Xena, all of them have gone missing since the attack on Jujira, to where you guys don't even see a lot of news talking about Bishop Razel doing business deals in Dresdek. It's almost like it's very quiet, where no one really knows that much about the hierarchy. Just certain members that just pop up every now and again, or just people saying that they've had affiliations with it. One such thing, during your travel, Volan, you saw that there were news anchors trying to talk to Professor Viva, who played it off like he was just visiting a student and was just on the same peninsula when the attack happened. But with no proof, they just go with the story.
Yeah. Not a fan of that, but... So I've run into him during my travels, did I?
No,
That
you
must
ran
have been
into news about him on your travels.
Ah. Well, at least I know he's still alive. I'll have to correct that one day.
But after a pretty lengthy walk to get back to the settlement, for you guys in the Veteran League, this site gets very, like, standard blasé. But as players, you guys have not experienced this before. But from you guys pooling your resources of finances together with Gabriel and the caretaker of the monster sanctuary on this island, you guys have a thriving cliffside settlement of several homes, cottages, a brand new crafted library from scratch, a whole entire system that allows free-flowing waterfalls that touch down to create a few Laguna pools off and on, your own handmade and even sculpted from magical earth piers that are able to station off the Shadowhawk that's being refitted for its trademark coating that allows it to go underwater. Also known as Trevenon, which is the thing that allows it to become a submarine ship, and where you're seeing the trademark giant Wendigo, aka Dennis, carrying the Firebird with Bello and the rest of his order trying to carefully maneuver it to where your shipwright team that's been hired on is going to take a look at the assessment. Where I will just say, if you guys want to, in character, say how it feels to look at this site, whether for the umpteenth time or for the first full time, now is the time to do so.
Ah, it's like we never really left.
What month-long
place
break? I'm sorry,
no,
Strider. Go
we're so
ahead.
synergy right now. We have such synergy right now. It's grand. I don't know how, but I somehow blacked out. What was the last thing you said?
Well, it's just a cliffside settlement of several homes with cottages, a brand new, newly minted library, handcrafted piers, whether it's with magical earth or with the finest wood planks that are stationing out, the Shadowhawk being outfitted with a brand new coating for underwater travel, the cryptid order of hemo blades carrying the Firebird for your shipwright team to take a look at it, the man-carved patterns for the waterfall systems of rivers to flow down to create laguna pools right next to where the pier system is, by carefully crafted by hand a stone stairwell downward. It's just a very intricately built place because of the finances you guys have pooled together to make this beautiful cliffside home for yourselves.
Oh, that's where we are. Right. Well, then with that elegant introduction, Volan's going to turn on Matisse and go, if you don't need me, I'm going to be looking up some reference material on the Circle of Dreams.
I'll let you know if I need you.
Wonderful. He conjures up a dimension door and just waltzes right through and closes it.
I will say, though, for the two new characters, since you guys have been here for a small time, I want to know your characters' thoughts on this settlement.
Well,
Say you like the library.
It was more like it's never been to a place like this before, but it's actually like very, I'd say, what was the word? God, my brain.
Granular?
No,
Glorious?
in a way. Yeah,
Exotic?
because Umi never, like, traveled, like, places like Rand or with have many people. She only knows how to work with people, but not as, like, big or very secluded place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Something like that.
Doll?
This place is a complete. It's just completely different than our village of kobolds. Even since she's been outside the world, she's still not used to the larger architectures or anything like that. She finds everything interesting here. So much so she ends up getting lost until she basically passes out and finds herself back in a room the next day. Is how much she's exploring every nook and cranny when she's by herself.
Okay.
But if someone were to show up, she basically, like earlier, either tries to hide or runs off.
Fair enough. So, before we go into Volan in the library, the rest of you guys are gonna just depart to go to your own places? Are you guys gonna go talk to your team of shipwrights that you guys do not know as players? Are you guys just gonna unload and kick your feet up? What are we doing?
I would like to get to know the shipwrights.
Okay. Deez?
Just kind of kick my feet up.
Okay, you're heading straight to the house. Got it.
Yes, just the house. Not a specific room, just the house.
Doll?
If no one's looking at her, she's already disappeared. She's already getting lost.
Of course.
We're gonna have to go find her again, because Jesus help.
You're at the library, sir.
I know,
Don't worry,
I
she has a
know.
bell at this point.
Did you put a bell on her?
Yes.
Good.
And
So when I start hearing jingling in the walls, I'll know
Before
why.
she sets her down, she's like, yeah, no, Belle.
Good.
and
You just put it in a spot where she can't reach it somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And Umi, what are you doing? Since this is basically going to be your guys's, instead of saying short rest, it's more like your downtime affairs.
Animals.
Oh, you're in like the monster sanctuary.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start, of course, with your guys' leader. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
You're flying, of course, to the third stone pier, where stationed there is the lead shipwright, where it is a 5'3" mouse folk. Like, big snow white ears set atop of kind of rusty red and brown hair that's like an ecstatic-y frill all the way down to the nape of her neck. Kind of like a Coca-Cola shaped physique, as she's just dressed to all hell in a very grunge aesthetic with torn jeans that kind of double as overalls, where she's not wearing a shirt or a bra. Very rosy like face with like her button nose kind of sticking out a little bit with the whiskers over her lip, where her buck teeth are a little bit more shiny than normal. As she hears your wings flapping and touching down, she's just kind of rubbing her temples a little bit, just, please fucking tell me that whatever the fuck you guys did, it wasn't to do this on purpose.
You think anything we do is on purpose?
I don't fucking know. All I know is there was just like, hey kid, you're gonna be working with some heroes. Hey kid, there's gonna be some dragon here, there's DTF. Hey kid, you're just gonna be working on some legendary ships. Hey kid, your boss is gonna be a fucking owl. And I'm just now looking at this fucking thing, and I'm just wondering, what the fuck happened? There's a fucking hole, and part of the keel is destroyed.
Yeah, Owl Boss. What happened?
You're asking me. Fuck you.
Do you need help, Laurel?
Yes, I do, because I have no idea what's going on.
Tag me
Owl
in.
Boss.
Okay.
Tag the
You're
GM
in.
in.
So we said this in a shoreside chat. It's not that big of a deal if you guys forget. It's fine. I keep the notes for you. When you guys are trying to come back from the mission, the transfigured butcher, you guys all were thought that you killed because you guys have been on a roll for victory's sake. It stowed away and was trying to attack the undercarriage of the ship, where you and Legionnaire actually chopped at its chest to make it fall and crash land onto the island, but it did enough damage to make it crash land onto Din, several miles away from where your settlement is.
The answer is no.
The answer, okay. You guys don't know this is gonna take me days to get fixed, right?
Yeah.
No, I need you to actually understand this. It's gonna take me days to fix this. I don't just have the fucking material in my veg, okay?
I know it's going to take you days.
You're
What
lucky I like
do you
you.
need me to have brought to you?
I already have it because Mr. Wallace is apparently very prepared for stuff like this, so I need 5 days to get this shit fixed. So, if you guys are gonna try and go anywhere, don't touch either one of these ships. We're still working on these for whatever is going on with the other 2 Wallaces on this island here.
All right.
He's just sent his time clones to run around with us?
No, his kids.
Oh.
And then all Kit does is begrudgingly take a fist out for you to fist bump it, because although she's angry, she fucks with you specifically because you guys have similar fashion choices.
Amy just fist bumps back.
Okay, don't fuck up. And then just go straight to work. Where we go from Amy going from that to... You're free to declare whatever Amy does next before we change perspective, Laurel. I don't want to take anything away from urgency.
She's going to see if there's anything that she can do to, like, help her crew.
Okay, we will address that when we go back around to Amy, if that's okay. Alright, onward to Dees, who took the long trek back to the house. You are walking back to, of course, your guys' overall home, your grand residence. 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, nice 3-story house with its own infinity pool off to the side that merges together with another pool underneath and a jacuzzi, 3-vehicle garage, very Art Deco, handmade by Gabriel himself as the first marriage house he made when he got together with Belle several generations ago. And as you're opening up the mahogany doors to have a cacophony of scents hit you almost like it's a bevy of food and a little bit of some perfume just hitting you overall, you're being greeted by the twin housekeepers that are kind of dressed like gothic maids, just bowing before you of just, "Good day, Lady Dees, welcome home." Where you know them as Elena and Eliza.
Good day, Elena and Eliza.
I'm Eliza, she's Elena. Quiet, sister, she does not know. How was the business this time, Lady Dees? Did you have a good time?
I stole your popcorn.
Yeah, it went fine.
Wonderful. Do you need anything this evening? We've prepared ice cream and also fire nuts.
We really don't need you to put those burning nuts in your mouth.
If not that, we can draw your bath. We almost finished cleaning the house again. The other guest that has now taken up residence has made a mess. Kept trying to dig through the nice tile floors.
Oh god, you're rooming with Doll?
No, I think I'm fine, but thank you.
Okay, and before you ask, Miss Dick herself has not left her room again. She's been stuck in her room for days.
Fucking name, man.
I just roll with the characters you guys give me in your backstories. I don't know. What to
It's
fucking
not
tell you.
your fault. It's not your fault that the character necessitates you to have to say Mrs. Dick, and I'm the one doubling over here in pain.
Listen, I'm just blaming the random name generator who gave me the name D's Nuts.
No, I refuse to believe that you used an honest-to-God goblin name generator and got that. I
did.
accuse you.
Well, it gave me D's and then I ran with it, but still.
That's what I freaking thought. There's no way it gave you all the other ones either.
Be sure to be on the lookout for Anne's Campaign 2 character.
Do I even want to know?
Stay tuned. Anyway.
Oh, tell me later.
Yeah, I'll go check on Candace.
Very
Thank you.
well, ma'am. We'll draw your bath later. No, sister, we put too much arsenic in the last bath. No, that was the bath we used to kill that one stowaway. No, that's what we did to kill the raccoon that was stealing the food. I thought that was David. No, David's not a raccoon. David's just that guy who's very clingy. Then who's the raccoon? Morris.
They really need to work on the soundproofing.
So, these, what do you do aside from getting away from all of that?
I go to check on Candace.
Okay. You are on roughly the second floor up the stairwell, kind of like a spiral staircase you guys have in this house that goes to a very nice, almost brownstone-esque living area that's adjacent to a hallway of 2 different bedrooms, where your neighbor would technically be, I think, Volin. Either Volin or Bello. I'll have Strider and Jay decide in your guys' private DMs who's your neighbor.
Yeah, who's the lucky one that gets to room next to Candace and Dee's?
But from all of that, as you're opening up the door to your bedroom, describe to everyone what Dee's and Candace's bedroom is.
Just trashed. Completely obliterated. The bed is replaced daily.
Shoot, I never saved the the reference image.
It's in VC chat if you want to scroll up.
Yeah, if it's actually in the chat, then it's saved there.
It was the pink rooms, right?
It was the pink rooms.
Then if you follow that reply, it'll take you there.
I believe it was this one that we had settled on, like,
Oh yes, that's right. You really went
But
up the
for
thing.
our audience that does not
For-
see the visual,
yeah, no, for our audience, a very very pink room with a like king size bed, pink sheets, a nice little little bench to sit on, Lot of pink drapes.
It's the girliest girly room to ever girl.
It's the girliest room ever.
I will
That'll-
add, there is a personal, like, penthouse cage for Sugma that's adjacent to the left side of the room for you. So, as you're opening up the door, just still sitting on the bed, just staring listlessly at the wall, almost like she doesn't move, she doesn't really eat or anything really. Candace has just been sitting there. Whereas it's been a few weeks in story, she kind of starts to look like this now. Like her red skin has diluted to a more earthy brown. But she has not been the same since Sister Saren. She's just staring at the wall. What do you do? I will admit that it's a lot to consider, because what do you do in a situation like this? So take your time, man. Can opening ASMR for the stream.
Oh, we had drink ASMR for a second there.
Not sure what to do, Anne.
No, not really, yeah.
I mean, that is perfectly normal, to be honest, to just stand there looking listlessly lost in action. The person you love is in a really bad way and you don't know what to do about it. Makes perfect sense.
Is there anything you want to do, or do you want us to change perspective?
It's okay to puff pass. Especially on this one.
That's why I keep telling people to smoke circle, but they never fucking listen.
Nah, because they always do puff drag.
Yeah, let's change perspectives.
Okay.
Change places!
So, I'll say, as you're getting onto the bed, to just hold Candace, just because I feel like that's what you would do naturally. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Volan as he's opening up the dimension door straight into the library that was constructed from a majority of his finances, that has basically become a miniature library of Alexander. It is bigger on the inside, because on the outside it looks relatively small, but the Library of Vashti is, quite frankly, so massive. There are millions of rows of books and scrolls, and even just curated artifacts that have not only popped up from other ventures that you have done since joining up with both Osiris Security and the Council of a Thousand Names, but even stuff that has been technically in Gabriel's many different storage spaces over the millions upon millions of years he's been alive. Which is just like his minor collection of artifacts. And because I know how you've made your character, you've fashioned a room in like one of the more quieter reading rooms that's locked up with a magic key that only you can operate, that has a bed made out of books, a table made out of books, and pillows and sheets made out of book pages.
And I never sleep in the damn thing. So it's immaculately made, about as immaculately made as you can make a bed out of paper and bindings.
Hi, boy.
To which I'm going to start. I'm going to cast a magic hand, and it's going to go plucking some books for me. I'm going to pull books on the Circle of Dreams and the Druid Circles.
Okay.
Some general practices for druidic circles in this region.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit at my desk, which already has a slew of books relating to aura shifting and possible illnesses related to hobgoblin pigment changes.
Cool. If you're gonna do the druid research first, do an arcana, because this is the study of magic, obviously.
My arcana today is a 14.
14's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
You get roughly 3 of the newer edition books that came out in 1958. They're like the newest ones because they're still studying the phenomenon, especially after the schism. They had to push back the latest copy. Everyone's calling it the Costa effect, which people are like, we curse the day that someone with the name Costa caused all of the spellcasters to lose their magic. As I can already feel 2 people giving me the side eye of like, we know who this is.
Yeah, and one of them is definitely not me.
So, opening up first the Circle of Dreams for the first book, they've slowly been trying to go into different things thanks to one of the high shaman chiefs, whose name is Vindagast, where when you kind of look down, it's a photo of Grandpa Ven just waving in a big Hawaiian shirt with a bunch of people from one of the newer circles, Circle of Paint. He's there posing with the Archdruid of Sybil, where you've heard stories from Dees being like, oh yeah, I kind of screwed up with an Archdruid who looked like she was sleeping all the time because she was going to give Bello pillows for his business. I didn't know at the time, but I'm sure it's fine, right?
Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine.
I can already feel Anne laughing with the mic cut off, just like, yep, that's something that happened.
You can't tell how vibrating she is right now.
But it's just a lot of the druid sects have been slowly becoming what Mr. Vendagast himself, as the text is writing about, are becoming more shamans, where they're trying to access the new magic that's been cropping up as of late to do more leyline aesthetic-based things, where Dreams as a circle is starting to slowly become the tribe of Oniroys. Oniroys, for people that don't know, obviously watching both the VOD and this on Patreon, are the creatures of dreams, or basically dream demons or dream creatures from Greek mythos for obvious inspiration. You guys can look up the rest of the information for yourself across all different platforms to understand more. So, there you go. So, as of right now, they don't have a firm thing for Circle of Dreams other than certain students are slowly learning how to access the dreamscape to such a fluid level that they can actually merge a connection with their allies to access it together to traverse the dreamscape without anyone straying from it, and even carry over an additional bit of power to sustain themselves there longer. Other books from the Circle of Dreams tome is how they're trying to talk about the modern isms that have been trying to go through, like how Archdruid Sybil has been trying to give students their own dream companion whenever they do things, where kind of looks like a weird amorphous blob at first, but then when you keep turning the pages, it slowly turns into a half elephant, half snake, where it seems to just be producing small little clouds to make a bed for itself, as she's starting to say that this is a psychopomp for all dream druids to access a bevy of things, where it's even written that dreams hold the secrets that we forget about in the daylight. And it kind of makes you kind of wonder a little bit, like, what does that fully mean? I'll have to investigate that later.
Just going to ensure the Magic Hand pulls a reference book for that to be added later. Just add it to the pile. Plop.
And the last book that is from the modern-ish text is talking about how the various tribes that are secluded onto its own space out into the world, most notably in Isano, where the main sect that people go to for training, which will be Gulzak, which is like several islands away from you guys, like super far away. They're trying to emulate a different code system to assist in taking in different refugees that want to learn the druidic arts that are slowly becoming the shaman arts. And one of them talks about how there was a legendary traveler by the name of Hayato that gave letter to have someone special join in several years ago, but they never talk about who.
So after I'm done flipping through all of that and transcribing notes, which could take hours, honestly, because I would just make more highlights and make more notes. And, you know, as I always say, write that down, write that down. I'm just scribbling and writing all this stuff down. And if there's any time in between everyone else doing their thing, he'll resume his research on aura shifts and diseases related to hobgoblins changing their pigment, because if it's not already clear, as much as I may be incredibly jealous with how happy Deez is, I still love that power couple, and he wants to help in his own way.
Fair enough. So, we'll take away from the perspective there of the scholarly researcher, and we're going to turn the focus to Dahl.
If I hear bells through my wall, I am reaching in.
No. Dahl is technically lost to where she's been hearing the jingle jingles nonstop, to where you're in the townhouse segment, which is technically on like the far east area, where the library is in the northern sector, right where the cottages would be, as well as the black trees of Gingri Padi. Where, fun fact for Amatista, you can actually use canutes to transport through plants with those trees. So, fun fact for later if you guys want to do some things, you know.
I'll keep that in mind.
But getting lost into the townhouse section again for like the 4th time since you've been here. You're just seeing a whole bunch of empty houses just residing there, because although it's a huge settlement, you guys don't have a lot of people there. It's just your crew and some people that work for you guys, and that's approximately just 60 people at best. Maybe 70 if you're pushing it. So, Doll, what are you thinking right now with you being lost again and just hearing jingles just ding 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 ding?
Wonder if this is going to be a new trauma for her. Just bell ringing.
She's just thinking, since the bells have been going off, as if probably people are being alerted to different things, since it's the first time she's heard bells in probably a long time. She's just thinking people are being more active, so it's honestly a stark contrast, but since there's no one here in this side, if anything, that's why she's so confused. She's just wondering where all the people are, even though she's trying to been avoiding people the last few days. It's pretty much it. She's just kind of like wandering around, trying to learn a little bit about the modern architecture that's around her.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
She finds it interesting considering what she came from, but it's also new. It's a little overwhelming.
Fair enough. As you're just wandering around the townhouse areas, you're just kind of seeing that a few different members of the crew that are with, of course, the Shadowhawk, they're mostly just doing some free running across the empty buildings, where you get to see the vice sub-captain of Lisbeth, the Earth Genasi that you met as Tiny, is trying to do a race with the Leporia, or the rabbit folk of Amy, not to be confused with the Captain Amatista, as Quasi, the Andron you guys saved, is trying to time them, as well as seeing that the second hagmaker you guys have met of Psyche is trying to make like a whole bevy of snacks for a buffet table. A lot of the stuff kind of looked like soul food a little bit. Some of it kind of looks like fondue on a different platter with different more materials to make like chocolate dipped s'mores, or even just have strawberries covered in chocolate, or even just some watermelon slices right there. It's like a very cookout aesthetic going on with those four at the moment, where the person that kind of catches your eye immediately, just having their hat tipped down, just a very luxurious Stetson atop of a kind of like a new age cowboy mixed with martial artist blend, is the main sub-captain who's in charge of the Shadowhawk, being Zalas Graves, just catching some Z's where his guns glitter in the afternoon sunlight. AKA Amatista's primary boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. With Doll taking all this in, despite her usual shyness, she's been more or less trained to be kind of agile and everything. And still feeling a little bit winded, but more or less embarrassed by everything else. She's gonna try and push herself to be a little bit social and ask if she can join the parkour training.
Okay. Man, I have not shown you guys what the boy looks like. I kind of feel bad about that because Quasi look kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Where my phone with the boy's reference image? Alright, here we go. Just give me a second. I got a lot of reference images for when I'm drawing. Where if you guys are not getting reference images for when you're drawing stuff, I highly recommend it because sometimes you need to keep references and reference points so you don't end up forgetting what you're doing. I will first put this in. Put this in my normal channel that I tend to do stuff in. So, ba-boom, and skitty, skitty. And once it is, there we go. Guys, I want to reintroduce you guys to Quasi. Where they fixed his flesh plating, and he's looking a little bit more like an actual Andron, just more with like the gears sticking underneath his lower jaw. His hair is a little bit less frizzled because it's been stylized by Mama Joe. And he's kind of just draped in a nice business suit where he sees you approaching just, oh, hello, can I help you? Who are you?
Hello. I am Dahl. Newer recruit under Commander, I believe their name is Velo.
Well, I can tell by the sensories on my right receptacle that you are not anything more than a shy, innocent humanoid. Also, you are sweating through your hoodie. How can I assist you?
I was wondering if I could participate in the race training.
Oh, this isn't race training. They're trying to fight over who gets the last slice of pineapple pie from Lady Psyche over here. Just pointing to the massive hag maker who is just cooking up a storm. Although you're kind of concerned that the left one, if you guys know what I mean, you know what I mean. The left one is just in a bowl of cream, and the right one is in a water bowl.
Everything's better with a bucket of cream.
Jesus fucking.
You set me up.
I know I did, and I'm ashamed of myself. Well, not really.
Ah, shame. What is that?
I've been on the internet for almost 10 years again. I have no shame left.
Well, when Doll hears pineapple, her tail perks up, escalating the jingling a lot more, as that's one of her favorite sweet treats whenever she can rarely go to.
Write that down, write that down.
If you wish to join the race, you'll have to do twice the effort. They're on the third lap together.
Doll immediately just starts going.
She wastes no time.
Alright, so you know what to roll for this, I assume.
This would be for parkour, yes?
Either, which means you get advantage on what you're going to be doing next.
Yes, sir.
Parkour.
Parkour!
Parkour.
God damn it, Doll. You're a little too excited. Both were an 8.
Both are, Jesus fucking, okay.
She's a little too excited. Probably still winded from The blood loss from earlier.
That's
I argue that she's exactly the amount of excited she has to be.
cool. So, we'll announce that failure next when we're going to do the next roundabout. Poor doll. As we pull focus to Umi, who is in probably the most luxurious part of the island of Din, where it is, where while you guys live on like a small cliff that's like a couple of miles long, the rest of the island is a huge monster sanctuary preserve, to where if we were doing something set during the Dawn period or the Age of Agrenon, or doing stuff that sets up the Pandoria, all of these monsters would be a huge threat, because nothing can challenge them until after the Pandoria, as you guys have experienced. But nowadays, a lot of monsters have become less and less of a threat, and people want to, see them, study them. Some people want to adopt more creatures that are more on the dangerous side to see if they can be somewhat better off than where they've been, like with direwolves or hellhounds, or even some people want to adopt bullets. This is the biggest sanctuary on Earth, well, on Altos, I should say, and a lot of people are trying to ship off more monsters here, where when Umi is walking around at first, there are some griffins flying around, some simurges skittering across the smaller lining around every which way, some umbra foxes just jumping from bush to bush, some owlbears tumbling across the open fields, with hippocamps just jumping from pool to pool. It's just a massively beautiful sight of different animals just everywhere. But what does Umi feel when she's in the sanctuary?
I'm pretty sure she'll feel like a whole lot of excitement, cheerful, just seeing all the creatures and animals around, since she adores them. She does want to, at first want to interact, but she feels a bit too nervous because, again, it's probably most likely creatures that she's never seen before, and it's her first time. So she wants to interact, but probably, slowly and carefully approaching them, even if it's, turtle slow.
Okay. It doesn't take long for you to try to approach one of the animals when the caretaker of the monster sanctuary just runs up. We just hear thunderous footsteps of a hippo man run up to grab your hand, just like, hey, 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 hey. What are you doing?
I just want to see the creatures around here.
Little lady, this place is only reserved for members of the Council of a Thousand Names and Mr. Gabriel Wallace with Miss Belladonna. I will not have some stranger and bother these animals. I will not!
I'm just new here.
I will report you to the captain herself and to the lord and lady of the island. Then just starts to slowly drag you. What do you do? Crying is still a free action, guys.
Oh, you made her cry. Now you in for it.
I want to see the animals. Oh, I don't think she could do anything because she has to respect it. She's not gonna push boundaries or anything. She is a
Does
girl.
Umi remember she's a member of the council at this time, or no?
She does, but she feels like she wants to pick that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna be needed in a sec.
If Amatista doesn't give him a slap upside the head, Volan's got one ready and wait.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm 5 steps ahead of you. What are you talking about?
The newbies
Then add an extra
catching
just for
whales.
me.
The newbies are catching whales today.
You could just, I don't know, do a persuasion thing if you want to talk to him.
You could try and talk your way into it.
He doesn't know. You're new.
You would even have an advantage on that roll because it's true, situation-wise, wouldn't it be?
It would, yeah.
Well, I can do a persuasion. Not a.
Sure. Roll persuasion with advantage. Yay.
Like, your persuasion's not bad.
I got a 5.
Okay, so that's bad.
Yeah.
Well, you have your mulligan. You can use that.
You do it the mulligan.
No!
All right. Amatista, it's all you.
So,
Okay.
you're just still trying to plead with him, and he's just like, I have not seen on the registry, so let me first call the captain, where he automatically calls you, Amatista, just, Madam, there's a mysterious Genasi that just snuck aboard the island. I have apprehended her.
You said water Genasi?
Yes, I did, ma'am. She's hiding her hair and wearing what looks to be a Cheng Song dress and puffy pants.
She is part of my group. Can you unhand Yumi, please? And treat her as a very kind guest?
Well, I didn't know. She wasn't saying anything.
She probably walked away before I got a chance to notify people.
Umi, you see him look at you, put his head back to the eye stone, look to you.
Can you hand her the Council of 1,000 Names badge?
This is now me just blank, because I'm like, y'all have badges now? When did y'all say you could tell me this?
No. Like for when they're going in anywhere in the on the island, if they're newcomers. Amy literally made little badges for people with her fucking feathers.
Oh,
That's way too cute. No. It's wrong to be that cute. I refuse.
He takes one final look and then just turns his attention back to the eye stone. Very well, madam. Thank you for clearing up this whole information.
Mm-hmm.
And he hangs up to give you the badge, then just say, Little one, next time, be more forthwith with who you are. These animals are very precious. Lots of people have been harming them for years, and I'm trying to make sure no one does any more damage to them.
I promise I won't hurt them.
Very well, that excuse me. I have to feed the Tarask. And feed them these small little pigs. And he just walks back to where he's pulling a cart full of 3-headed pigs.
Aw, cute 3-headed. Oh my god!
I'll be right back. I gotta go put what's left of my dinner away. I thought I could eat all of it.
That's fine. But, Umi, what animals do you want to see next? Because there are a lot of classic monsters here.
Are they the small, cute, cuddly ones that seems like terrifying in paper?
More than you know. And if you need some references, you know Fluff and also Strider, and even Anne can help you with whatever you need.
Let's go for the specifics ones. We're not gonna go straight for the mammals. Any amphibian ones?
There are a couple, yeah.
Let's start from there!
Ah, God damn it, Anne! First off, there are a couple of different spiked creatures that kind of look like toads, but they have more of like a almost eldritch-like feel. As soon as they like stick out their tongue, there's like a shadowy hand attached that grabs onto flies and fruits. some almost gecko-like tree frogs that, as soon as you're approaching, they kind of elongate a little bit to almost look reptilian before just shrinking down, almost like an accordion effect.
Interesting.
There's even a six-legged frog with two heads that sings. It's almost like opera music.
A singing two-headed frog. Now that's great.
These animals were originally poached so they could be turned into very expensive wallets for the 1%. Because their amphibian skin was so finely tuned for leathering, it would have been, quite frankly, an infinity wallet that is only for the high-class society to keep on their person.
That's awful.
This is why there's a monster sanctuary, guys. And you guys are part owner of this monster sanctuary.
I don't go anywhere near it.
Are any of them, like, physically dangerous by touch?
Not the ones you're looking at, but there is a giant poisonous toad that's twice your size that is sitting in a bog-like setting. That's sitting on a massive lily pad that's highly reinforced to hold its weight. Because it's a motherfucking fat amphibian. Like, it's very ribbit, almost makes it sound like there's a sound bomb going off.
Oh boy.
Where if I were to do an encounter ranking for you guys, if you were to fight something like this in the wild, that's an encounter rating of, well, an encounter ranking of, I'd say, 9 or 10. Because it can secrete acidic poison for, like, just a simple spitting effect. And its skin is so slimy that it can actually redirect magic attacks against itself to hit a spellcaster with twice the input power. It's a very beefy, horrific nightmare.
Wow. Well, we are starting off with the small ones. The two-headed frogs catch my eye, though. Because it feels like, probably a little bit of callback to her homeland. In a way, because she has seen strange creatures before. But not anything like this.
Fair enough. So, as you're spending time with the amphibian enclosure, to also hear the words of your loving mother just start to trickle in your head, just starting to say, "Your father really was a goddamn toad of a man to leave me right when I was making your birthday cake!" As you're just smiling.
Wait,
like,
there's cake? There's cake?
fun times with mom.
Golan just pokes his head out of nowhere. Cake? Someone say cake? Cake? What cake?
Just popping your head into the flashback. There's cake?
Back to your library, you.
I heard cake in a flashback. I had to break the time barrier.
I can read and eat at the same time. Thank you very much.
Yes, but this is a flashback. Stop bringing continuity.
You people and your time continuity. Paradox has never hurt anybody, and then he just pulls back.
Who wants to tell him?
So, just coming out of that flashback, just like, Mom and I had the best time. Just ignoring the fact that your dad was barely home.
Yeah, it's like, Mom and I are having much good times. Just adoringly looking at the two-headed frog. It's like wondering if she like could pet the frog, but at least like with her hand.
Make an animal handling check.
I think I'm the best at this one.
You have proficiency.
Yes.
Yay, druid.
Advantage. Roll with advantage.
It is gonna be very high.
Bueno.
It's with advantage, right? So that's like 2d20s?
You
Yep.
roll
And
and
then you
get
take
the
the higher
highest
one.
number.
How do I say this? 26?
26. You're able to pretty much hang out with all of the frogs and toads by petting them to hear an almost symphony-like song from the operatic two-headed frogs, where it's almost like hearing an aria from Carmen from all of them. If you guys have ever been to the opera, I don't know. I haven't been to the opera in years. You ever get to touch the ones that are surrounding the poisonous one, where it just looks at you before just... They want to lick you, but they know that they're poisonous, so all they do is just ribbit to where the sound reverberates, and then just has its own children that are tadpoles just nudge your fingertips to be like, you're cool, I like you. Did you want to do something else, or are you passing it on to the top of the rotation?
I'm passing it to the others, but I know that she'll be spending a lot of time there and try to communicate with the animals, even just trying to pet majority of them as long as it doesn't hurt her.
Fair enough. To the top of the rotation circle, we've got Ametista, where you've since left the piers. Where are you now? Because this place is huge. This settlement you guys have poured so much money in is so goddamn huge.
I'm thinking... I'm gonna watch the fucking hardcore, I think.
So
Because that's where you said Zalos is, right?
Zalas is sleeping while Lizbeth, the Earth Genasi that wants to sleep with you, and Amy, the little rabbit folk you guys were babysitting until things went sideways because of... Anyway, are racing for pineapple pie, I'm sorry, and Doll, so many names I have to remember, guys, sorry. Doll wanted to join in on the race.
I am going to go and snuggle the sleeping Zalos.
He's not even, like, phased or even do anything except dropped his arm to hold your waist, just like, hey there, darling, what you been up to?
Checking on the ship, which has a hole in it.
A hole in it? The hell happened?
Yeah. That stupid butcher happened.
I thought I told y'all there's gonna be more people trying to sneak aboard and kill you. You're making too many rackuses and noise.
I'm actually eating a bit of ice cream.
That's
Hold on.
fine. But I also know you guys have been pretty pissed off about a lot of stuff. Did you see Tanya was on the news?
Yeah.
He's looking pretty good for a man that was lost. And before Zalas can finish it, you guys just hear the meanest face plant of just hitting the paved ground, where Zalas tips his hat up a little bit to turn his head with you to see it's Doll, who dropped like a sack of rocks onto the ground.
Oh no,
Eat shit.
Oh baby.
Who's
Is there any face left?
who's the Komodo dragon?
That's all.
I have never seen her before in my life.
She's so shy. Normally, she's like making a mess. She's the one that burrows usually around here.
Is that why the housekeepers were saying that someone was digging through the ground in the house?
Yep.
Well, God's damn. As
Doll, are you okay over there?
as he stands up to walk with you to check in on Doll, who has like some mean damage on her face where I want you to take 2 points of fall damage for that.
Are there blood loss?
Not blood loss. just some scraped scales and just lots of owies.
Having scales is nice, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Jealous.
Ooh, poor baby.
Doll's just picking up her lost scales, adding it to a little sack of lost scales anytime she's been hurt.
Are you gonna be
It's all-
okay there?
Collects them?
Hey, Amy collects all of her feathers that she prunes off.
Oh, Jesus. That's gonna...
She came from a trading system, like a trade barter system.
Mm-hmm.
So did Amy.
Mm-hmm. That's why there's a certain gem. There'll be like gems that would represent everybody in the Council of the Thousand Names with one of her feathers on it for the necklace badge.
But yeah, when Doll actually takes notice that two people are there, she slowly just freezes up, and before quickly just trying to get the remaining scale she can find before just
Doll?
hiding them.
Doll, it's okay. It's me. It's Amy.
Hello, Captain and Mr. Shooter.
Mr. Shoot. Wow, that's a new one.
I mean, it could be worse.
I'm not hating it. I'm just saying that's a new one. Do you need some first aid? I got a first aid kit in my bag if you need it.
Her eyes are just still flickering back between the two of them, not sure how to really respond. If that's the best course of action.
I'll get the first aid
Well,
kit.
We don't want you to get any infections now, okay?
Yep, yes, Captain.
Just briefly walks backwards to grab the bag and opens it up to just slowly treat the wounds and even get like some small cute animal bandages onto your face. As while this is going on, you just faintly hear Quasi saying that the person that gets the last slice of pineapple pie is Lizbeth.
Little sad ringing of bells as her tail lowers.
Just
Hey,
Zala's.
Quasi, do we have any more other sweets?
You just see Quasi slowly turn his head like halfway to point towards you and have his LED lights light up. Oh. Madam Kaishin Silvercrown, it is nice to see you on this program day.
Mm-hmm. Nice to see you too.
Unfortunately, there will be no desserts until nightfall because of Lady Saichi, who is still making a bevy for the Shadowhawk crew. Just still with the left one and a bowl of cream and the right one. And a different bowl. I can make you whatever you need, sugar. I got so many ingredients over here, it's coming straight out of my ears. Just shaking her hair to where food is just falling out of her.
Okay, Doll, what would you like?
You want some cream? As she lifts the left one and put into a freshly empty bowl.
Doll just nods, unaware of what the social obligation is to do right now.
What you
He's
want,
very
sugar?
awkward.
I got all you need. You want some corn on the cob? You want some corn dogs? You want some, I can make you some sourdough pizza. Ooh, I could even make you a nice olive tower sandwich. Ooh, I could even make you a croissant that's laced in raspberry jam and got some sprinkles onto it, making it almost like it just, oozes in your mouth something delicious. Tell me what you need. You know Mama Sight, she got you, baby. I don't even know who you is, but I'm gonna make you what you need.
This is Doll.
Oh, she sure is.
Right? It fits her name perfectly.
Oh, that's her name. Oh, still,
Yeah.
you just look like one. What you need, baby? Mama Sight, she got you.
Pineapple?
Do you want pineapple daiquiri? You want pineapple split? You want pineapple pie? You want pineapple cake? You want a pineapple sundae with some strawberries along the side and kiwi garnishes? You want some... She goes like a whole damn list of pineapple recipes.
Doll literally drools the moment after the second one. Literally anything pineapple is rare to her. Everything else,
Pineapple.
literally the moment she started going on an entire list, Doll thinks she died for a minute.
Well, you surprise her with something with pineapple in it.
I'll make you a whole fruit and veg kebab thing with some pineapples along the side. Just give me about a... Then she just actually goes through her lavender and pink hair to pull out fresh kebabs that just appeared out of nowhere. Her thing as a hag maker is she is the glutton, but she makes food. Everything that she does, from her makeup after what Gershon did to her, she creates food.
So we have two pretty much mamas that are from the Hag Maker project.
Pretty much, yeah.
That is honestly sweet.
Yeah.
We need to save the rest of them, hopefully.
She's gonna be drowning in pies.
Here's hoping. So, as Saichi, the foodie, also known as Hagmaker of Gluttony, is giving over all the pineapple adjacent food that she can to Doll, and makes you and Zalas whatever you want. Zalas, he aids, not aids, god damn it, the southern is starting to take over my brain. He typically eats like low-fat foods these days because he's doubling as both a gunslinger and a hermit because he has to keep his body toned. Got to keep that 8-pack that you've grown to love a bit too much. I'm just gonna say in advance, since this is gonna be whatever it is, I'm assuming you and Zalas are gonna, after everything for this session, am I assuming correctly?
You know what? Fuck it, yeah.
Give me a performance check.
God dang it. Hold on.
Don't you wish it were me now?
No. It's my phone. It likes to turn off my D&D Beyond when I'm not using it.
D&D Beyond.
Hey, I use that. It's the only way I can keep track of anything.
17.
Whoever's gonna be your next door neighbor is gonna hate you, and Zala.
So there's two of them. There's two of. You need to invest in soundproofing.
I've got books. I'm good.
You're away from most of this.
Yes, lucky me.
He's mostly in the library. He spent most of his money on.
I mean, if you could, you would.
I damn sure fucking would. You better fucking believe it. But as the couple is eating and Doll is just in food heaven, we're gonna take the perspective away from them to you, Dees, where Candace just has not moved. It's not a good sight right now. Like, you've tried talking, you've held her, there's no real change, but what is Dee's thinking as she's there with Candace?
As Dee's is there with Candace, her mind is kind of racing. She's very, very worried. Just trying to think of ways she can possibly help Candace.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask you to do one thing for me, and depending on the result, will lead into something different. Can you roll a perception check for me?
I'm gonna mulligan that. Shit.
It always sucks when you mulligan and your other mulligan is either just as bad or worse.
What is my... Oh, that's not great either. Okay. 8.
The DC was 11. So you missed this entire thing. So let me just put away that music I saved for this moment. I was really hoping the dice were on your side, and I was like, wait, I keep forgetting. And slightly cursed as a player.
That was the online dice too, both times.
I'm not gonna say have an additional mulligan. I was gonna say, do you want to retry in earnest with the physical dice?
Come out of dice trail. You
Yeah, I
try.
might.
This has been a nice character introduction session for you guys, I must say.
The real die rolled an 11.
The real
There we
die
go.
rolling. Okay.
You met it.
I met it.
All right. So, for everyone that's gonna be watching this live, get the new music up. Okay. So, as you're trying to take note of stuff with Candace, your eyes catch note of a blood red moth that's fluttering in next to your guys' window, right adjacent to the balcony that you sometimes sit on just to look around on things. Where you and Amy would kind of understand what this means, because over the last several weeks, and even having Umi here, you guys are starting to notice that there are signs that the Skull Maverick is attached to you guys in ways you can't understand. Some good, some bad. But with the moth just fluttering through, when you're catching a glimpse of the moth, you and Candace both are kind of just transported into a very specific moment several weeks ago during where the summer gala was held. Sister Saren wasn't alone. There were two other sisters that were there, where they outrank Sister Saren. You don't see the faces in what you're witnessing, you just see the glowing eyes, but you know from the glows in their eyes who these two are. The head sister, from the majority of glow in the eyes, is Sister Darcy, and the one with the medium tint is the third sister, Sister Mercy. Where Sister Darcy was taking something that was draped in the runes that you've seen Matron Xena have placed against the chest cavity of Candace, where, as you sadly know, Candace can't feel pain. But she was able to witness her own powers being siphoned off and broken to the point where it left her brain a little bit shocked, to where they had to jab something into her chest from Sister Mercy that shocked her back into reality as they kept placing the runic item on her chest over and over, just stealing, not just siphoning off and sealing, but stealing every inch of the power, where all that was left was the aura, where they had to forcibly inject something into her throat that has caused these almost black thorn-like vines race across the body, to where every part of her was able to feel a wave of agony for the first time since her pain receptors were removed from her, where it was agony up until they dragged her to a point where the only thing you hear is Sister Darcy saying, "Sister, you have done well to make sure that we have come this far. But know this, we do not really see this going away to live. But we will say that if the Acolyte is the one to kill you, it will be further proof that what Matron Xena fears is correct, and that the Eros Justicars are slowly entering the world. Do what you can to end her and bring her back to the Disc of Devotion, by any means necessary." Where the last bit of the flutters from the moth, you see that Candace is now retreating back to just start screaming to herself, where her renewed aura is fluctuating and clashing across everything so violently and viscerally that the glass is starting to crack about, the bed is starting to creak through, the very walls starting to peel across. What do you do? Jesus, I just now realized what I was describing. Holy shit, what the fuck is up with me?
Only now that it hits you.
It's the creative direction that takes you where you go. You just don't realize it until you arrive at the destination.
I'm just literally like, huh. Yo, I'm a little fucked up. Anyway.
Creativity, thy name is DM.
But what do you do? D's time is of the essence.
Oh no, time is of the essence with D's. We're fucked.
I immediately go to try and comfort and calm Candace.
Make a charisma save. The DC for this is gonna be high, a little bit, not too high. It's gonna be like 16.
Come on, real dice, please. Please.
Yeah!
That's a lot of math.
That's what you get.
18 plus 7.
25!
25.
That's a lot of math, DM. Hold on.
Sounds like a decision.
I love Anne. I love Anne. But also, that's like the funniest shit to be said at this table. Holy fuck. So, you're able to soothe her, calm her down. The spiked aura starts to slowly subside to where all of the damage is sticking. It's going to be there for a while. She's slowly calming down to where she's shivering. She is quaking there on the bed, just where you kind of see that she was clawing at her face. She is really not in a good place, but now with the moth hitting you with that vision from the past, I kind of want to know, what does that as a image do for D's overall? Do you need help finding the words, Anne?
Yeah, a bit.
Guys, Anne might need some help, so pitch in.
Wait, what's going on?
Describe the scene for us one more time.
I was trying to get Anne to describe how Dees feels about seeing how, after seeing what happened to Candace in the past during the day before the final thing with what the sisters did to Candace, and how when she was having that PTSD-riddled memory, she was trembling, she was shaking, her aura was spiking up to where it did physical damage to the room, while she was clawing at her own face to leave physical markings, and where she's still shaking and trembling, holding herself, not really registering that Deez is even there, and Anne is lost on what to say. So
it definitely causes Deez to worry.
That's certainly a given.
That's certainly a given.
Deez might maybe attempt to grab her or restrain her lightly in some way to ensure that she's not hurting herself. Maybe not so much caring about the room, but scratching at herself. Like, just grabbing and trying to pin the arms to her side, give her an embrace, a hug.
Yeah.
Poison the bed or something. Things like that.
I was gonna say, Deez cares more about Candace than the room. The room could be destroyed for all he
pretty
cares.
sure that's the case. I was fairly certain on that one.
Elena and Eliza have seen worse. This house was owned by Gabriel when he used to be known as Mars. This is nothing. And besides, Amethyst is on the top floor. They've seen worse.
Oh, God. But yeah, how'd that grab you? That inspire you?
Gonna be a team effort.
Yeah, that works. The Deez trying to make sure that Candace doesn't hurt herself. Giving her like a gentle, reassuring hug.
Okay. Well, as we're setting up that on that front from that perspective, Voblin.
Yes?
What tome have you reached at this point? Because at this point in time, I would assume that Bello and even Amy and Zalas would have been coming to check in on you. So what section would you be on?
Let's see. If they were to be checking on me, how much time has passed?
By this point, the sun is roughly at the apex, so like a good 2.5 hours. Obviously, Doll is going to be still eating away like mad outside of the library. Because skittery little Cobalt not knowing what to do.
Right. Well, if she's going to be snacking out there, then I would have reached... I probably would have finished my notes on the Druidic Circle that I'm aware of, because Doll's too scared to tell me any details. And I think I would have moved on to my research that I had dubbed Project D's Candace. Which means I would have been researching Candace's condition with all the books I have available and everything that I've been able to glean from what had transpired back then, the symptoms that she's presenting, and everything else. I would just be ripping through those tomes. I already had some on my desk earlier, would have torn through them, and then I would have just been ripping even more books down, because knowing where Tiny is, I had a new project to work on, and that is the project I chose.
We miss Tiny, is all I'm hearing.
We did miss Tiny, but once we found out where Tiny was and that he was okay, he moved on to the bigger concern, which was Candace, because he is genuinely concerned about how this is affecting Dee.
That's more than fair. I want you to do a history check where the DC for this, because it obviously it's obscure knowledge, is going to be, let's say 18.
Oh, beautiful baby bouncing boy. I crit that shit.
We love it.
Yeah, crit 25, but it is a crit success.
We love it. It's not really notes from people that are in the scientific field that you're reading from. These are from Gabriel's notes from when he was a teenager.
Well, I have access to that, do I? Perfect.
These are more like his diaries from when he was growing up before the age of Agernon. These are his notes from when he was being raised in the 9 hells by his grandfather.
I hope he's not pissed that I'm reading through that.
He donated all of these books to the library of Vashti. He doesn't care.
Fair point.
Where the entries that you're reading are that during certain moments where their grandfather himself was what's a good way to put this that's good for Twitch?
No, break terms of service. Get banned. Get banned.
If I do, Shan and Laurel are gonna kill the shit out of me. So, how to put this? So, Satanael...
I personally won't be the one that kills you first.
I know. So, Satanael himself, also known as just Sol Williams, the right hand to Lord Bielz, who runs the 9 hells now. Asmodeus has left this realm. It's all Bielz's domain now. He... Oh, that's a good way to put it. He flayed Marshall and horrifically tortured Mariah, where she had to forcibly put herself back together at certain points, where it pushed them all to certain limits that Gabriel back in the day was trying to better understand his Arcanist spellcasting, to where he uncovered how to use 2 different forms of the spells that you guys have come to know. The first one is, of course, what you've witnessed, which is written down in the actual journal, which, if you guys do not remember, do not worry, I got you. That would be... I'm shaking because it's been so long since we've done this. Ergo Apaka, which is, of course, the ancient Arcanist spell for soothing and alleviating a symptom. But that was just more or less something for reawakening the auras that would potentially be a factor. But that's the weird thing. That auras were originally a factor in the 9 hells before the Age of Agernon. That's several million years before you guys had the Pandoria, which makes your eyebrow raise a little bit. Because that's not natural. That's not really something that's really talked about. That the infernal courts knew that this was a phenomenon before the awakening of Enos Purveil. But it was just in the 9 hells.
Interesting.
But there's another spell that Gabriel has been working on in his teens that he doesn't give a name to, but it's supposed to not only cure any illness, any wound, any disease, or any ailment, it's supposed to ascend the being in and of itself to be their apex. But he never wrote a name.
Bloody incomplete notes.
Where, at this point, it's when Amy and Bello walk up, where Bello's the first of... Guten Tag, my friend. How are you doing right now?
Oh, hi, Bello. I'm all right. I'm just researching. What can I do for you?
Researching or reading through Gabriel's diary again?
what can I say? He's got a lot of good material in here.
Oh,
least-
reading a lot of good material, like how he was apparently making the first pillowcase.
No, not those Wait, how do you know about that?
Don't ask silly questions. Hey, Amy, you said you wanted to talk to him about something, or did we just come to bother him?
Fuck.
Sounds like you just came to bother me, which, again, not a
No,
problem.
no. Out of person, I actually derped.
You're okay, Laurel, it's fine.
Jimmy
Well,
would love
maybe
your
we check
derping,
to
it's
see
great.
Mainly to check to see if you found anything that could help with us in Candace.
I wish I had better news.
Oh no.
There's a lot of incomplete information. But, auras go far deeper than we initially suspected.
How
We're
so?
Well, auras had existed back in the days when Gabriel was still in the Nine Hells, being raised. Long before we had discovered them, long before they became prevalent in our realm, they had been around in the Hells, and possibly even other realms. And their knowledge in it is far more extensive than anything we have. Hence why I'm reading through his diaries. He makes references to this knowledge, but he doesn't put names down. So I can't cross-reference it with just these vague interpretations and descriptions. There's nothing concrete. It's all theory. It's all event. It's left up to far too much interpretation for me to narrow anything down definitively.
Well, in all fairness, there's probably a reason in case he was to donate this shit to the library, which he did.
Well,
Yeah.
oh god, I'm starting to do the thing like Jay.
Well,
What if he decided to purposely leave it incomplete in case he were to donate this? I mean, I wasn't really paying attention all that much to everything when there was day 5, but Gabriel himself is very powerful, yeah?
yes.
Why would he try to give away all of his secrets into journals that people could outright steal?
It's very
Especially-
clear that... Go.
Well, especially considering the fact is there was people on the terms of assassinating him anyways.
That is indeed the point, so why would he want to put down all of the info in these diary entries that, yeah, this island is not really going to be invaded anytime soon, especially since we are declared dead, but in case something like this were to happen, why would he put down the secrets that he has uncovered in case something went awry? I mean, it's not that he doesn't trust us, but he's a very paranoid man.
It's very clear that he's hiding the information as a precaution, but he doesn't leave enough breadcrumbs for me to follow it either. It just... I'm led up against a brick wall with more questions. I simply need more material. And I may have to find it in another plane of existence altogether.
Which, that would be difficult now, so, well, isn't there now limited reasons to go to other realms because of what had happened with the Fey realms?
9.
Yeah. No?
9. When I was talking to my son not that long ago, there were certain talks about how the 9 Hells are slowly trying to reopen certain doors, mostly because of an upcoming prenuptial involving some prince named Natesser, but that is not for a couple of weeks. and the divine planes are slowly reopening doors because of the Lady of Radiance slowly trying to announce certain things as our goddess. The only planes that are inaccessible, as it were, are the, I think they're called the Fey lands now for the new Danu Fey, and the brand new elemental spheres, as I've heard rumors floating about for some time.
So the Fey spheres are the elemental spheres. We might be able to find something in the Fey, but everything that I've read so far keeps on pointing to the hells themselves, and particularly following along the line of Gabriel's old teachers.
Do you have a way to get into the hells at this point? Because from everything that we've been traveling for, it does not sound like a good idea to just pop in there.
It's not a good idea to just pop in there. But do you have any other ideas?
Do I look like the idea man? I'm just a simple man who's just trying to hang out with my friends, and I give over responsibility to Amethysta.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot.
Oh god, I really am turning into Jay right now.
The VR, it's freaking weird.
I wouldn't say that, considering the fact being you're missing a few other key factors. Anyways.
I know I'm not as handsome as my brother-in-law. Stop reminding me.
For one,
Poor.
that would be disgusting otherwise.
So much terrible implications. Alright, so essentially where we're standing is that we are coming up against brick walls through conventional means with research available in this realm. I can see only two possible avenues to expand our research. One, we get them from other realms, or two, we get them from people who have access to other realms. If I were to put a finer point on it, the voice of the child might have something.
Ugh.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I guess
they're
we
gonna
just got to head out really, really soon.
We can't hand out until 5 days from now because the boat needs repairs, remember?
We have another one, don't we?
We're not allowed to touch it.
Why not?
Because it's best to have both ships up to date and also fixed up before we head out. Plus, do we really... I don't need a mutiny coming on because of me not even trusting my crew when I actually do trust my crew.
Fine. Err on the side of caution, then.
Well, what the fuck are we going to do for 5 days?
I don't know. Why don't you go fuck your boyfriend?
He's not here. Why don't you go fuck your boyfriend?
I do.
Glad that you guys all came to my library to talk about who you were going to fuck for 5 days. How's about an alternate?
Aren't you still dating that bad girl? What happened to her?
We haven't really been keeping in touch.
Probably for the best, considering we don't want her to get in harm's way.
But
yeah.
We got to get you someone to date, Volan. You can't just be stuck up in a library. You need to spread your wings and open your heart.
First off, I spread my wings quite often. And second, my heart is firmly in my chest where it belongs.
Learn metaphors, my dear.
I know what he's trying to say. But this whole talking and courting and all of that other stuff. It's not me. Books are me. Research is me.
Well, you probably need somebody that also can just go straight from point A to point B with the same amount of research enjoyment as you do.
Well, that would be a titanic undertaking. And considering how busy we're going to be in a week, there's really not a whole lot of time. There's certainly not anybody I'm going to find like that on this island.
Mm.
You know,
I'll busy my downtime with the 2 new druids.
I just remembered something while I was bringing this ship in.
What's that now?
Apparently, we have a new assignment coming through from, I think, Mordecai and Maximilian both have jobs coming up for us soon. But, well, we know where Dol is, but where's Umi?
From last I checked, she's with in the zoo area.
She's playing with the animals. I mean, she's a druid, and that makes perfect sense.
Well, I got a call from one of the workers.
Let me guess. They thought she was an intruder.
Of course. But again, this was before I was able to divvy out their badges because, again, the butcher.
Well, that, and you were busy putting bells on the other one.
Well, it's that or the house goes tunneling under.
And on that note, we changed perspective one last time to Umi, where by this time, Snow, how far of a expedition has Umi done in the sanctuary with all these damn animals?
Surrounded by cuddly and very atrocious monstrosities of animals. She is surrounded and she is very happy.
Okay, so the nightmares and the owlbears. Got it.
They're all friendly.
Oh yeah, you got 20 plus for your animal handling. Of course they're gonna be fucking friendly.
But what about the armadillo and gopher bears?
They're sleeping right now.
Curses.
But are you doing anything else in the sanctuary, or are you... Well, is Umi making any plans to go back to the settlement, or...
She does. She does. There's also about looking up into like some magic stuff too. Something that will help learn more for her fans in a way, or staff actually.
The only people that could teach you that, well, the only person that could teach you the staff thing, you guys gotta leave the island for that one. The fans, though, you guys have a weaponsmith you can talk to, but he's busy with something in the settlement.
Yeah, he'll eventually head back to the settlement. Other than that, that's all I could think of.
Okay, then all I'm gonna do is ask you to make the last roll for now, which is a perception check.
Perception. Oh, okay. I'm just glad I got a high one in this one. 19.
19?
Yeah.
Alright, so while you're basically riding on the back of a nightmare, right next to a family of owlbears, just going across, where you're kind of like a little child riding atop of a dog for the first time. I love seeing kids do that for some reason. You're just kind of making your way around the sanctuary when you see a relatively muscular, bronze brown skinned man with long flowing black hair that touches his shoulders, with kind of fatigue wears, but kind of covered up by a massive overcoat, with piercing gray eyes with a small hint of violet, just talking to a dog folk, kind of with some collie-esque features that are conversing with one another about something. But it all gets caught off guard when you're going around the corner to see them through the forest, the tree lines, where the collie folk slowly turns his head to see you, locking eyes. And we're going to end the session there.
Uh-oh.
So, before we close out, guys, if you all are wondering what the big thing was going to announce for playtesting, we demonstrated it today with how magic will be working for Wavemaker, where with Leyline Magic's having its own magic resistance system instead of an armor class, it's just the D12 will decide if it's a success or failure. If it succeeds against the magic resistance, it does far more damage than if it were to just hit an armor class, which can sometimes be a bit of a tricky mess. But other than that, we'll be introducing more and more stuff. Maybe some new classes next session. Maybe some new monsters next session. Am I gonna explain anything about the Transfigured Butcher? God, no. Are we gonna have the whole table? I don't know. Maybe. You guys gotta fucking wait to see. Will Umi and Dahl do more things that will probably break everyone's overall perspective about what they can do? Or will they actually surprise us all by being the greatest? We will probably not know until next week! So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. We really appreciate all of you. We love your adorable faces. And is it Turn Up Tuesday yet? Have a good one.